Hello. Hello and welcome. Sorry if my mic blasts early on. It usually does that. I don't know why. Welcome, everybody, to the stream for the Sixers up against the Celtics here today at the TD Garden. Good to see everybody in the house. Thanks for being here. We got the Celtics and Sixers. As I said, Sixers sitting at second place in the Eastern Conference, right behind the star-studded Brooklyn Nets. And then you got the Celtics sitting at the number 7 slot right now. NBA basketball here on Intermittent Sports. Thanks for being here. Currently watching the Heat with Sandra Bullock and what's that woman's name? Melissa something, right? Anyways, get to the game. Get to the game. Let's see where we're at here. Benny says, bam. What up, Benny? Good to see you, my friend. Hosplay says, let's go Celtics. Let's go C's. Mark says, I don't know, but I hope you guys are paying attention to this Akil Badu from the Tigers. Wow, this kid is fun to watch. Go Tigers. Yes, Akil Badu in his first plate appearance on the very first pitch of the game, 3 games ago now, or 2 games ago, hits a home run. So first pitch he ever saw as a major leaguer, hits a home run. Very next day, hits a grand slam. And now today, the game-winning single in the bottom of the 10th inning. Tigers move to 3-2 and make the Twins fall to 3-2. So good start there, about as best as you can ask for if you're a Tigers fan, that's for sure. Well, not as best. I mean, we could do better, but shush. Good outcome. Good outcome. God Kong says, I can't believe you guys aren't streaming the CONCACAF Champions League. Let's see if Ray remembers how to pronounce it. I think that's right? CONCACAF. Mark with the laughing emoji. Guy Kong says, oh, look, it's my 2 least favorite teams, the Celtics and the Sixers. I'm not a fan of the Sixers, to be honest with you. But, yeah. But Celtics, I don't mind that much. What a free kick goal. 2-1 Portland. Let's go MLS. If this game gets boring, we will cover that, my friend. Portland versus New York, right? Yeah. Mark says Boston has been terrible. Let's look at Boston's last few games, see what's going on with them. I know they're 7th in the Eastern Conference. And I know Detroit. Did Detroit beat them once or twice this year? I feel like we beat them twice. So they're 25-25. Got that 7 seed at the moment. They beat the Hornets last time around in their last game, 116-86. Rockets 118-102, but that's the Rockets. And then they lost the 2 before that to the Mavericks and Pelicans. Yeah, they've got a lot of L's in this little spree here. So see what they can do tonight. Sixers favored by 2 at the TD Garden. God Kong says, good. Talking about the kick. Could you guys imagine how toxic 60s Celtics fans must have been? I can't imagine. I'm sure it was a little wild, that's for sure. They were a little into it. MSU says, hello there. What up, MSU? Good to see you. Stompin' Peak says, just like all the winners fans are. Lakers, Detroit, Bulls, Warriors, etc., all toxic at some point. I can imagine. I can definitely imagine that. Arya says, Phil going to show up at any point? No, sir. More than likely, no. I mean, he hasn't said anything to me, but he's in the middle of his very busy schedule at his college. So I'll be going solo probably a lot here in the coming month or so. So we'll see. I'm sure he'll join for anything he can. I'm going to shoot him the schedule over tomorrow and see what he can make it to. He'll probably let me know if he can make it to any one of those. But he says all systems go once his stuff at his college ends. So we'll see. Christian says, hey, Ray, what up, Christian? Good to see you, my friend. Thanks for being here. MSU says, Akil Badu, what a steal. Rule 5 draft player we took from Minnesota. Absolutely, MSU. Correct on that. I'm telling you, man, and I know you guys know this too. I don't think I'm being like a biased fan here. Tigers might have something going here in the coming years. Going to be a rebuilding year this year more than likely, and maybe the next 1 or 2 after that. But we got a lot of young talent. And so if they can work out, and Badu is just like icing on the cake, man, of the guys that we already knew we had, you know. So had a heck of a spring training and now performing where he's at now. Guy Kong says, nice job, Ray. Yes, CONCACAF. We in here. What up, Cuzzo? Good to see you. Congrats on picking the Tigers today. Cuzzo's been picking the Tigers a lot. God Kong says, no, it's a Honduran team. Got it. Honduran team versus who was it you said? What was the city again? Unbelievable. Portland. Portland versus the Honduran team. Very, very, very amazing. Least favorite NBA teams, Bulls and Celtics. Mine would be I can't stand the Sixers. I don't like Joel Embiid or Ben Simmons. I don't like their attitude, or I just don't like them. Who else do I not like? I don't know. I'm not. Speaking of which, I was about to say I'm not a huge fan of wherever LeBron goes. Valhalla's in the house. He says, "I can't believe you're not streaming in the Hopscotch Championship from Silver Street in the Bronx." Yeah, that was the go-to right now. I just didn't know what to title that. I was like, "What do you title that, man?" Like, I just don't think anybody's searching for it. It's popular, but it's some people already got that prime territory for hopscotch, the hopscotch genre. They got it all locked up, man. They're getting all the views for it. So for me to even try to compete with that, it's going to be impossible. Valhalla, by the way, guys, if you haven't subscribed to him already, please do check him out. He covers the Minnesota Vikings, LA Dodgers, LA Kings. And who else am I forgetting, Valhalla? Kings, Dodgers, Vikings. Why don't I know this? Let me know in the chat. I'm drawing a blank right now for some dumb and Lakers. Yeah. So he is a good friend of the channel. Love talking to him. Love going over to his streams. He is a good time. He does a lot of cool things with his streams. A lot of gadgets and gadgets and stuff and graphics that I'm like, wow, very, very impressive stuff, man. Love watching it. He's got a good community going over there, and we're just trying to build this sports genre on YouTube together, one person at a time. Steel City says, sorry I couldn't tune in last night. Looking forward to some MLB and NBA this week. Thanks, Steel City. Appreciate that. Yeah, we got a full schedule this week for sure. Yankees and Orioles will call tomorrow. I'm going to call the Tigers on Friday and Saturday. I think there's another basketball game I'm going to cover on Thursday as well. So we're just trying to delve in there and do a little bit more than Michigan sports because the Pistons are terrible. So we'll cover the Tigers plenty, but might be done with the Pistons for a while at least. As they're looking at the Eastern Conference rankings right now or standings, it's Brooklyn in first. 2 seed is the Sixers, 3 for Milwaukee, 4 Atlanta, 5 Miami, 6 Charlotte, Boston 7, New York 8, Indiana 9, and Chicago rounds out the 10. Thanks, Steel City. Looking forward to it as well. MSU says Pistons play at 9 against the Nuggets in Denver. That's a loss for us, although we play better against the good teams. I'm also not a fan of the Bulls, but they haven't been good in years. No, they haven't. The Bulls and the Cowboys, very similar. Very similar. 2 different sports, very similar paths. Well, kind of. I don't know. Bulls won 6. Cowboys didn't win that much, so I might want to pump my brakes a little bit. MSG says the Red Wings are starting soon, playing the Predators in Nashville. I'll cover the Red Wings, the Pistons, and this game all at the same time. How about that? Isaiah says, I say Boston by 2. I don't know. Not a fan of either team. Me either. Sorry, I'm covering this game since everybody hates them. No, this had to be the go-to. This had to be the go-to tonight. MSG says least favorite team from each pro sports league, MLB, Cleveland Indians. Mine would be probably the White Sox. I just that whole you can put it on the board, yes, like that would annoy the crap out of me. NFL, Green Bay Packers, agreed. NHL, Toronto Maple Leafs. I'm going to go tried and true back in the day with the Avalanche still. And NBA, which is not the same, obviously, but I just hated them that much back then. And NBA, Chicago Bulls, mine would be the Sixers right now, but it changes. Stompin' Peak says, didn't the Tigers get destroyed the other day? Yes, 15-6 yesterday. 3-2 now, though. So you're going to have games like that for sure. Wendy says, least NBA favorite team, Dallas Mavericks. I never heard anybody say something like that. Yeah, Ray, same as Pirates. You guys are a lot closer, though, to competing than us. Yeah, Pirates with the young talent, man. I like the Pirate squad, man. I really do. I'm not saying that just because you're here. I like the Pirates. I always have been a fan of them. Love any kind of underdog team, man. God Kong says, tie game 2-2. Good Lord. Dang it, Portland. Portland was dominating for the first 30 minutes, too, and then they blew it. I know. I was watching until I changed it to this. Christian says, I can't stand the Nets for literally building my GM team. Yeah, it's unreal, man. It's unreal what they have there. Basketball, NBA is going to have to figure something out. I'm going to assume that it's going to, kind of tick off viewers as a whole. What do you guys think? I mean, I saw some comments the other day in the stream saying the NBA's gone downhill since all this stuff. Valhalla is great, says Spaghetti. Yes, he is, my friend. I agree. Godkong says maybe if they, I don't know, played some defense. Yeah, don't tell Phil that, but I agree. I keep my mouth shut when Phil goes on those rants, but I'm completely in agreement with you on that. They play no defense in the NBA. They really don't. He likes to say it's just because they're so good on offense, they're making it look like they're not playing defense. But I'm like, come on, man. They're doing these pull-up jumpers, no problem. No kind of hand in the face or barely a hand in the face. It's just, I don't know. Valhalla says Lakers. Yes, sir. Laugh out loud. I finally figured it out. I'm just here for Mo Wagner. Man, got to love him. I don't know how much playing time he's going to get. Iggy on the Sixers, isn't he? So we got Wagner and Iggy. MSU says second most hated teams are also MLB, Chicago White Sox, NFL, Chicago Bears, Colorado Avalanche, and Indiana Pacers. Yeah, I always didn't mind the Pacers. I kind of like Reggie Miller's swag. I know he talked junk or whatever, but he backed it up a lot. Spaghetti says, how about Akil Baddoo walk-off? He is a stud, my friend. I was telling you got it, Valhalla. You're welcome. Thanks for the shout out. We will grow this deal together, dude. Yes, sir. Indeed. I told you yesterday. You see all these comments about Akil Baddoo? I'm telling you, man. You let your subscribers know, all those people out on the West Coast that don't know about Akil Baddoo, they better wrap them up. Better get them while they can in their Major League Baseball fantasy leagues. For anybody that plays there, grab Baddoo. No, I'm sure a lot of people already have, so I'm sure he's taken up in most leagues, but he is on a tear, and he just looks like he has ice in his veins, man. Does not get nervous. Again, home run on the very first major league pitch he ever saw, grand slam the very next day, and then today hits the game-winning single in the bottom of the 10th for the Tigers. My man is a star in the making. Too early to tell off of 3 games, I guess, but it's sure looking good. Guy Kong says, I'll do my most hated teams. Vikings. Ooh, Valhalla gonna get mad at that. Cubs. Who hates the Cubs, God Kong? Blackhawks, I can agree with that one, and I can't agree with that one. Sixers, I like the last 2. Aiden says only 9 people watching, kind of surprised. Game hasn't even started yet, Aiden. It's all good. And we haven't really developed or established like an NBA following yet. So it's something that's why I'm calling this game and going to continue to call NBA games. Just going to try to get our name out there in this genre as well. Just kind of keep growing and keep working. Godkong says, I like the White Sox. My enemy and all. Yes. Correct. Aiden says 11 now. Godkong says it's because nobody likes these teams. The game literally hasn't even started yet. MSU says modern day Maple Leafs. Real quick before I say this, a big reason for the NBA, a good reason to cover the NBA, and Valhalla, if he was still in here, he'd tell you this. It's global, man. It's global. It's very much a global sport. So NBA playoffs do pretty well for sports streamers and stuff like that, and you can get a big audience because of the global appeal of the NBA. So we'll keep working at it. At the end of the day, sometimes I get a little impatient with YouTube growth or whatever. I'm like, I want to be here and I'm here and da da da. But at the end of the day, our first video was July 24th. So if you'd have told me that we had 3,800 subscribers headed into beginning of April on YouTube, I'd be ecstatic with that. I'd be happy. And even more important than that, we put out 158 videos in that span. So what is that? 9 months off the top of my head, 8 months? I don't know. 158 videos. That's a lot, man. I mean, some of them are easy reaction videos and stuff like that, but it's still a lot. Still a lot of production. I've been happy with our production and how hard we're working. MSU says modern day Maple Leafs, since we only play Colorado twice a season, unlike the 90s when we played them 4 times. Man, those used to be the days, man. And we played them more than that because we played them in the playoffs a lot. Isaiah says, also, how y'all doing, all my brothers and sisters in the chat? I'm doing well, Isaiah. Hope everybody else says as well. Spaghetti says, sports and gaming. Sup, bro? I'm also a Pittsburgh Steel sports fan. Good deal. Guy Kong says, I was talking about Portland with the no defense thing. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Ray, you should do reaction videos to exciting moments from all our teams, like today's Tiger games, of the highlights if you have to. Yeah, I caught that. I got home just in time to be able to see the end of that game. And it was really exciting. I really liked it, man. It was awesome. Reaction things is something that I got to figure out. Because Phil had a really great call the other day, and I tried to get that video out as fast as I possibly could, but it's just one of those things. The Tigers would do a little bit better, but that game winning shot by Suggs the other day, it's all about the speed game on YouTube. That's why I wish Phil lived here. I literally, he could be streaming that and I could be over the computer recording his reaction. That way I can get it right away and chop it up and get it out there right away. And it'd be a full screen instead of like a little small screen of him or whatever. So I don't know. We got some thinking to do with that, but yeah, that's a good idea. I definitely have a plan. I have a what I think is a good plan moving forward with our content between YouTube shorts and reaction videos. And man, I got a lot of good stuff planned for football season. And streams all over the place. So we'll see. I think I have an idea. Isaiah says, I like when the chat is moving with the little people and shows the support they have. Love it. Got it, Isaiah. Yeah, man, we try to keep up with the chats as best we can for sure. I'm being a little mouthy and talky tonight because the game hasn't started, but has not started yet. But yeah, we definitely tried to do that, man. Thank you. Stompin says, hey, I'm a Sixers fan. Laugh out loud. Glad we are finally good again. You guys are very good, Stompin' Peak. So, man, Stompin' Peak, I'm sorry. Like, you're my boy. You're my boy, man. Love having you on this channel. Love having you in this community. But we can't agree on teams, can we? Yeah, I literally, every team I don't like, you like. That's funny. Guy Kong says, Central Division teams hate the Cubs. That's wild, though. Why the Cubs? They're loved. Arya says, teams I hate the most, NBA Cavs. Just one team. That's it. I'm not a big Cavs person either. Also, I said Toronto because of the 2014 Winter Classic in Ann Arbor. The only time I was rooting for the home team in Ann Arbor. I was about to say, I was wondering why you said Toronto. I'm like, who cares about Toronto? That's Phil's team. Oh, Toronto Blue Jays are, not the Maple Leafs. What's up, my boy? I'm back. What up, LA Twilight? Good to see you, my friend. Thanks for being here. Aiden says my most hated teams, MLB, Red Sox, NFL, Cowgirls, NBA, Brooklyn, NHL. I don't know. I don't watch it. Those are some pretty good ones. I didn't like those. Wild play Avalanche all the time. Screw the Avs, says God Kong. Yeah, screw them. Arya says, nothing going to beat the tournament, though, bro. Those late nights with Phil were fire. I agree, Arya. I agree. But NBA playoffs, Phil's really into pro basketball. That's his favorite sport, actually. So I know he'll be in his season will be over by then. So I think the playoffs are going to do very, very well. It'd be even better if we can establish a little bit of a following up until that point, an NBA following. But even so, I think they start like May 22nd and they go on. If they go, deep into the series and a bunch of series, they can go all the way up until July 22nd, I think, with the extended playoffs this year. So I think we'll have some streams hit. You guys have seen it, man. That some streams do fire. Sometimes they don't hit so well. That championship game yesterday, things aren't always going to go your way when you're streaming, If we got, like 14,000 views off the championship stream yesterday. So that's great. That's really good. I'm happy with that. But, man, it could have been a lot better if it was a closer game. So you win some, you lose some. Things beyond your control, right? Kong says, international soccer, Mexico. Spaghetti says, most hated teams, Cardinals, Bulls, Rangers, Ravens, Browns. I'm a Pittsburgh and Detroit fan. Okay, that's fair enough. Those aren't some bad picks. Those are some good picks for the most part, except the Rangers. I like the Rangers. Christian says, OKC about to have more picks than players if they continue all these trades. They got waxed yesterday by my Pistons, didn't they? MSU says, although that game still holds the largest NHL attendance record with 105,000, I nearly got frostbite. It was cold that day. We don't get that around here in South Carolina, huh? Valhalla says, NBA games do really well on YouTube, probably the best of all four professional sports. Awesome. The competition on the NBA side is absolutely cutthroat. Glad it's not my favorite sport. Laugh out loud. Yeah, you got a lot of competition too, Valhalla, because there's a Bad Dog and all those guys or whatever. So I definitely understand that. I don't know about you, man, but like you say competition, I know where you're getting at because that's what other better word could you use there? But like I think you and I both see things the same way or whatever. It is competition in a way, but it's not competition because it's your people and you can just grow this thing together or whatever. And we just talk about each other in a good way. And I think it'll all work out in the long run. I get nervous about that sometimes. I think even like I've thought about you a couple times because we've done a couple Lakers games, and I'm like, I hope he doesn't think we're like trying to go on his territory or anything. I'm literally just covering like the best game there is today. And, so I'm not really thinking that much into it with these kind of games. I'm just going to cover whatever tickles my fancy kind of thing. Cause the Pistons, I'm not going to cover them. There's no reason to, so yeah. Yeah. I've seen your, but you did really well you got it good, man. Being a Lakers fan, I know there's competition, but still you do have a following there, and you got the Dodgers doing well. And I know you did well during the playoffs last year in the World Series. So good. I wish the Tigers would be better. I bet those teams would be balling. See, the Michigan football does pretty well regardless because we just have such a huge fan base, and people, even when we suck, people watch us. That Rutgers stream, Michigan Rutgers last year got 19,000 views. That's a lot for a regular season game between two scrub teams at the time. All right, let's do some rapid fire really quick before this tips off. Tom Pig says, yeah, I was in school during Iverson, and it made me a fan of them. That's dope, man. I loved Iverson, man. Too much of a ball hog for my taste, but, man, he had some swag. Haven't seen many players like him. MSU says, but I did get warmed up with roses that day. Nice. God Kong says, don't fall for the lovable loser shtick. It's a complete farce. Things with Iverson is that the 2001 Eastern Conference Finals was rigged as hell. Who were they playing in that one? That's true. God Kong says, Mark. Ada says, you can tell I'm a Washington fan by saying I hate the Cowboys. Yeah, I don't know, man. Actually, I couldn't tell just off of that. Most people do hate the Cowboys. I can't stand them. Most hated NFL Packers. Good. Like that pick. Astros. Cheating. Yeah, got it. Celtics. Fair enough. And Ducks. Ducks is the questionable one, but I guess you are a Kings fan, so it makes sense. How are y'all doing on this fine Tuesday? Doing well, Possum. Doing well. Thanks for being here, my fan. All right, I'll catch up with the chats, guys. For now, the game has started, so here we go. Celtics and Sixers, 2 seed in the East, 7 seed in the West at the current moment. Jayson Tatum, leading scorer for the Celtics, gets it into Kemba Walker. Walker being guarded by ex-Piston Tobias Harris, gets it over to Tatum, who's being guarded by Ben Simmons. Tatum now back over to Walker on the curl, 7 on the shot clock. Tatum still guarded by Simmons. And they're going to throw it out of bounds. Turnover for the Celtics. Arya says, I've always been a Hawks fan. I like the Hawks. I like them. They're local to me, about 2 hours away. Not the Bulls, man, said Aiden. And Guy Kong says, I hate Michigan State in college basketball. That's a great pick. Love that one. Michigan might be taking over that trophy there in the state of Michigan. All right, here we go. They're going to go inside to none other than Joel Embiid. Averages a double-double on the season. Pretty dang good, and gets it started off hot there on a little pull-up J. 2-0 Sixers. I hate the Packers, too. Always got refs on speed dial. Ain't that the truth? Packers and Cowboys getting all the calls. 3-point shot by Marcus Smart is long, rebounded by Ben Simmons. 2-0 Sixers. Simmons on the drive here. Spins it, and up. He gets fouled by Jaylen Brown. And he'll go to the line for 2. Yeah, I hate the Astros too. Yeah, the Trastros. Isaiah says, Ryan, do you have an NFL team? Mine is the Seahawks, and that Super Bowl loss does not affect me. I just cried a little. That's good. Way to handle it like a man. Mark says, I've always hated the Packers in football. Rodgers is such a crybaby. He is indeed. He gets very he gets upset by the smallest of comments. He's like, Kevin Durant, I heard somebody say, there were a lot of people in the chat yesterday talking about Kevin Durant doing that. As Simmons misses his first free throw, 10:51 remaining in the first quarter, 2-0 Sixers. Simmons to the line for another one. You streaming Orioles Yankees tomorrow? I am, are you? Yes. Orioles Yankees tomorrow. Don't know how that'll go. That's got competition obviously as well. But that's the game I saw. That's the game I want to call. Plus, I got to call whatever's on TV. 3-point shot by Brown missed. Goes in and out, and Sixers got the rebound here. Ben Simmons with the rock. Gets it over to Embiid. Embiid picks up, loses his dribble for a second, picks it back up, and goes inside strong. They're going to call a foul there. Man, oh, man. Looked a little questionable, but foul there by Williams. Oh, so you want college also, says MSU. Yeah, man. Oh, yeah, that's cool. Football, besides the obvious, Notre Dame, Penn State, and Indiana. I was about to say, besides the obvious, yeah, definitely Ohio State. I don't mind Notre Dame for some reason. I like tradition. I know they're supposed to be our quote-unquote rivals. Dustin Miller in the chat yesterday said that they're our biggest rival. I don't agree with that. I think Ohio State is. Yeah, I don't really have it out for Notre Dame like most people do as a Michigan fan. I hate Michigan State. I didn't used to have that big of a problem with Michigan State until D'Antonio started running his mouth. All right, 4-0. Both free throws are made that time around by Embiid. Marcus Smart now on the drive. He's fouled. A lot of fouls and stoppages of play so far. Arya says, God Kong, same. I hate MSU 10 times more than OSU in basketball. Agree, definitely in basketball. Basketball for MSU says Purdue, Duke, Kentucky, Kansas, UConn, North Carolina. I don't have a problem with UConn, North Carolina, or Kansas. The other two, not a huge fan of. I don't know. I don't have a huge issue with Purdue, though. Inside to Williams. Tries to get it back to Tatum on the give and go, but it's intercepted by Ben Simmons. Simmons now over to Green, and Green drills it. Bang! 3-point make, 7-0 Sixers. Stomp Peak says, I absolutely hate the Celtics. You even hate like this genre, this era of the Celtics? They're pretty stand-up team this year, I think. I don't mind their attitudes on their team. Mine is Smart. I'm not a huge Smart fan. All right, here we go. Tobias. Sixers with an early 7-0 lead here. Tobias Harris working on Smart. Gets it over to Seth Curry. Gets it into Embiid. 6 seconds left on the clock. Embiid to Simmons. Back out to Seth Curry. 4-3. Missed. Front iron. Rebounded by Williams. Gets it to Tatum. I don't think Ohio State was anything special in basketball until this year. Even then, they lost to a 15 seed. Ain't that the truth? They've had their good years with Odin and all those guys. Bang! 3-point make for the Celtics. That's Jaylen Brown on the make. 7-3 Sixers. Oh, you know what? I do this every time lately. Sorry, guys. Scoreboard at your faces now. Sorry. Joel Embiid at the 3-point line thinks about it, does not take it. He's going to post up instead against a smaller Brown. Try to feed it inside to Simmons, but it's a turnover. OSU basketball made it to the finals a few times in the past 10 years. This team was nothing special. I thought this team was pretty good. Oral Roberts proved to be like a pretty good team, especially at the top with Kevin O'Banner and Max Asmus. Dwayne Washington just, you knew that if he didn't have his best day, they would be in trouble, though. Missed a 3-point shot by the Celtics there, but they do get their own rebound. Williams gets it out to Smart. Wow, Smart with the hoop and the harm on the 3-point shot. Bang! He'll go to the line for one to try to tie the game up here, make it 7-7 off of the 4-point play. MSU says the entire big plus Michigan Tech. Where's the other guy? Says Joe Bo. He's not here tonight. He won't be here. I'll be riding solo a good bit in the coming month or so. He's pretty busy with work. Line Man says, can't wait for Suns versus Jazz tomorrow. Should be fun. Like that one. I'm calling the Orioles-Yankees baseball tomorrow night, but that wouldn't have been a bad one to cover, that's for sure. I'm missing college sports already, says Ali. Me too, man. Me too. But we got to make the best. We got to make do until then. Big isn't all 14 regular teams. Big is only MSU, Michigan, OSU, Wisconsin, Minnesota, PSU, and Notre Dame. Arya says, Ali, same man. You guys are moping over ex-girlfriends right now. Embiid goes down low, makes a 2-point bucket, 9-6. Another reason why I like streaming these games and stuff is that, I haven't been the biggest of NBA fans as of late, so kind of hoping that streaming baseball and streaming NBA and all that stuff will kind of make me fall back in love with these sports, because I've definitely fallen out of love with the NBA for the most part. It's just not what I grew up with, not the product I grew up with in the 90s, that's for sure. I like the Celtics when they made the Eastern Conference Finals with Terry Rozier as their best player. And then he goes to Charlotte, and not so much anymore, huh? Yeah, that wasn't a bad squad. D'Antonio running his mouth. Hey, y'all started it in that 07 game. I mean, yeah, one guy started it. Mike Hart started it. D'Antonio just would never let it go. He's a baby. 3-point shot by the Celtics. Drilled. Bang! That's Jaylen Brown on the make. He's off to a good start. Liked is not the right word. Respected, says God Kong. Fair enough. I want to see Michigan play a team next year that we won't normally play, like Duke or Kentucky. We might have them on the schedule. We usually have a pretty difficult out-of-conference schedule. We usually do like a Duke or a UCLA and a couple other good teams. Fadeaway jumper there. That's drilled by the Sixers, 11-9. Thanks for being in the house, guys. Please do hit that like button. It'll help out tremendously. Marcus Smart on the rebound. Tip in 11-11 here. Good game going so far. Offense is really starting to pick up for both squads. Ben Simmons over to Embiid. Embiid, again, fakes the three-point shot, but does not shoot it. Gives it to Ben Simmons. Simmons on the drive. Went up and down. That's got to be a travel. They're going to call a foul instead. They're going to bail him out. That was a travel, though. No way he fouled him. He initiated the contact. But they do call it because it's the NBA. It is the NBA in 2021, and that supposedly is a foul now. Awesome. MSU says, for football, I named the teams. MSU has travel trophies with Michigan Paul Bunyan Trophy, Notre Dame Megaphone Trophy, Penn State Land Grant Trophy, and Indiana Old Brass Spittoon. Like them all. Christian says, my least favorite player is Trae Young. He doesn't play defense, and he ruins the game by jumping into defenders for fouls. He does do that. Yeah, he's a little bit of a ball hog in many ways, I think. But he can shoot when he's on fire, man. He can really nail them. Hey, it's Jeremy Grant. I just changed my name. Laugh out loud. What up? JT was short. Good to see you in the house, my friend. Best of luck against the Nuggets tonight. Aiden says, I don't watch NBA anymore because they play zero defense. I concur. I agree. Let's see if I get a newfound love for it. But nice dunk there by Embiid as he gets double teamed. But it's not enough for the big man. 13-11 Sixers. Flushes it down. Smart now. Over to Brown. Brown back to Smart. Brown ends up back with it again, and he throws to absolutely nobody. Tries to get it to Tatum, but he thought Tatum was doing something else. Miscommunication there. Turnover. Sixers ball. Let's see. We're going to commercial break here. Didn't you used to watch hockey? Why don't you try to fall back in love with that by streaming? God Kong, I'd imagine if NBA basketball has 13 viewers right now, I couldn't imagine what hockey would do. Not good for the Red Wings coverage, that's for sure. But yeah, it wouldn't be a bad idea. They got too long of names. And plus, I don't know enough about hockey, like technicalities and terms and stuff like that. I'll probably just watch Valhalla stream for an entire year, and then maybe I'll do it. See what because he covers the Kings a lot. Alex says, hello, Intermittent Sports. I feel bad for your bad dogs. You talking about the Bulldogs? I'm not a Gonzaga fan. I was just rooting for them last night. I'm a Michigan fan, my friend. So you should feel bad for us in that regard. God Kong says, you don't want Duke or Kentucky. They're heartbreakers. Y'all beat them that one year, God Kong. Well, Kentucky you did. Then you lost to Duke. That's good. Pride comes before the fall. Yes, the man Mark D'Antonio did indeed say that. Oh, man. Because the cry comes before the ball is what he should have said. How about that? Guy Kong says, NBA refs love offense. Yes, they do. They turn the other way whenever they need to call any kind of defensive thing. Possum says, man, I found y'all during the Oregon versus Iowa game. I went to the bar for the UCLA versus Gonzaga game, which was amazing, and missed y'all for the championship game. I'm sorry. Y'all are amazing. Thanks, Possum. I appreciate it, man. Thank you. No problem, man. Nobody's going to be able to make all the streams. We'll be here all the time. Drop by anytime, my friend. Guy Kong says, Wisconsin MSU had an intense rivalry in the early 2010s, but then MS fell off. Agree with that. Remember that, Kirk Cousins or whatever? Was Russell Wilson on that team for Wisconsin? I think he was. Kirk Cousins in the end zone on the Hail Mary. Allier says, if we played Gonzaga at Chrysler, that'd be hype. That'd be dope. I would like that one. I saw the not too early, or actually too early, top 25 rankings for next year. And Michigan, they had Michigan at 2. They had Gonzaga at 1. Gonzaga returning a lot of players, man. A lot. But they are losing Jalen Suggs and Kispert, who didn't show up in the tournament at all. They had for Michigan, they had Shawnee Brown and Eli Brooks returning. They had Mike Smith as a question mark and everybody else going pro. Handball, says God Kong. CONCACAF refs, man. I know, dude. You're telling me. I make TikToks about them all the time. I'm like, silly CONCACAF refs. They're wild. God Kink. Yeah, do it. God Kink. I'd be there for hockey, says God Kong. That's one right there. That's one. There we go. I like it. I like the sound of that. Let's see. Well, the Lions-Packers rivalry also helped that, God Kong. I realize I don't have an NBA team at all, really, just like the playoffs, says Isaiah. Good deal. We'll be streaming the playoffs, my friend. Hope to see you there. We'll be doing as many games as possible when those start. Stompa says hockey playoff streams might work. Yeah, I just would hate, like, I don't feel like on YouTube you have to be overly knowledgeable, obviously. I'd be lying if I said I was at NBA basketball even. But you do got to know enough to be able to semi-call the game, you know? Otherwise, you're just going to be feeling weird the whole game. Arya says, honestly, they should reschedule or schedule UCLA Zags this coming year, Final Four rematch. I don't mind that at all. That'd be a great game to watch. 3-point shot here by the Celtics. Bang! It's a make, 14-13. Who is that? Oh, Luke Cornett. All right, here we go. Ben Simmons posting up down low and spin move with the fadeaway there. Hits it. 15-14. Sixers with the lead. Portland will be happy to tie 2-2 in the first leg. Go back home with 2 road goals. Portland versus, what did you say the team was from again? Inside. Good ball movement by the Celtics right now. Smart with the pump fake. Gets it inside. That was almost a perfect possession. But then Smart with the bad pass to Jaylen Brown at the end of it. Turnover for the Celtics. Really good looking possession up until that point. Almost got the easy dunk. Embiid now being guarded by Cornett. And they're going to call a foul on the Celtics. A lot of whistles in this game so far. A lot of them. Did you just say Eli Brooks is coming back to Michigan? Is that true? He'd be like a 6-year senior. That was what the article said. They were predicting what would happen. And, yeah, he's allowed to come back because nobody lost a year eligibility this year. All right, Tobias Harris now with the rock being guarded by Brown. 5 minutes left in the first quarter. Drive here by Tobias. Good move. Ball goes in and out. Tobias second lead to score on the Sixers. Sure do miss him in Detroit, but couldn't afford him. He's actually the second highest paid Sixer on the team, I think. Maybe even the first. I'd have to check that out. It's either him or Ben Simmons. Embiid makes like 29 mil, I mean. Brown turns the ball over, trying to get too fancy with it, trying to cross up Ben Simmons. Out of bounds. Sixers ball. I got that one. MSU says, 2011 MSU-Wisconsin game, Kirk Cousins versus Russell Wilson. Got to love that one. Shane says, me too, dig. JT was short says, I just now got that name. That's funny. JT Barrett. Michigan winning it next year. Man, I hope so. Got to be among one of the favorites, especially with all the talent we're coming in with. Fade away there by Harris. Not even sure if he hit anything, it just nicked the rim barely. Jaylen Brown getting fancy with it again. This time he gets bailed out with a foul. Man, this is what the NBA is just, ugh. They call the most chippy of fouls. That's silly. Ray, can you explain offsides in hockey? Arya says it'd be, I'm just kidding. I mean, isn't it like, I don't know, man. I'm telling you, I can't explain that kind of stuff. Like when you pass the puck and the puck's ahead of the player. I don't know. I love the I know you've probably seen it, God Kong. What's that actor's name that's in We're the Millers? Jason Sudeikis. Have you ever seen his YouTube thing when he's like his video when he becomes a soccer coach overseas for Tottenham? And he's like, "Can you explain offsides to me?" No, seriously, can you explain it to me? He's like, can you explain why that was offsides? No, seriously, explain it to me. Makes no sense. It's hilarious. Arya says it'd be Brooks' 5th year. Guy Kong says Atlanta is playing a Costa Rica team right now. Nice. Embiid driving in the paint here. Gets the foul again. Foul. Boston with a 16-15 lead with 3:41 left in the first. I kind of really want Mike Smith to come back, laugh out loud. Me too. You know, a lot of these guys might come back just because of that bittersweet taste in their mouth. And like people like Mike Smith, his only other option is to play overseas. So, you know, maybe he's in a hurry to make money and get what little bit he can, or who knows. He probably does have a small shelf life, more than likely. Embiid with the first free throw up and in, 16 all. MSU says UCLA Gonzaga could be possible since Gonzaga likes tough non-conference games, and they are both West Coast, so it helps. Like that. Do hockey, I would tune in. Man, maybe I'm underestimating how many hockey fans there are. I just realized JT was short the exact same time Ray did. That's funny. Good deal. I thought you were about to mock me or whatever, but good to see that we are thinking alike here. 17-16, Sixers with the lead after Embiid makes the second free throw. Arya says, I'm telling you, if Shonda or Eli come back next year, team is easily going to be top 3 preseason. I agree with that completely. All that talent coming in along with depth and experience, that'd be good. Kemba Walker, bang! 3-point make, 19-17, Boston. Look forward to Kemba maybe coming into his own here. He's better than what he's performed like, especially in the playoffs in the bubble last season. He didn't play his best ball. Drive here by Tobias Harris. Tobias keeps doing a great job of getting the lane, but can't finish so far tonight. Embiid gets fouled again. Yeah, Kemba comes off the pick and puts it right up and in. Good shot there by Kemba Walker. God Kong says something to do with the blue lines, I think. Yeah, something along those lines, literally. Wagner sucks, says Zane. If you're talking about Franz, I like Franz. I'm just kidding. But I like Mo more. Ted Lasso says God Kong. Oh, yeah. That's who it is. Yep. Good. 3 points. Isaiah says, bad boys Pistons equals bad boy Michigan next year, hopefully. I don't know if that's a good comparison. I don't know if we have that image there in Michigan. Maybe like another Fab 5 situation, except not all freshmen. I don't know. Swagger. Guy Kong says Fab 5 Michigan. Okay, good. Guy Kong, we're on the same link right now. JT was short says, I kind of don't like Mike Smith. He's too short, but he did help us win some games, though. He helped us win a lot of games. He does a lot of things well. Well, what he needed to do in the tournament was probably lay off shooting a little bit. You know, he's not necessarily – he can make them when he's set, but like that run-up three-point shot late in the game the other day, I don't know why that was the call. I don't know why that was the go-to. Missed three-point shot there by the Sixers. Celtics get possession. They get it over to Williams. Williams over to, it ends up in Pritchard's hands. Pritchard with the make. Bang! 3-point shot. Peyton Pritchard, the Oregon Duck. Smooth operator. Clutch shooter there behind the arc. Peyton Pritchard. I'm a little late, but I've arrived. What up? I'm Joe. Good to see you. JT was short. I hear you, says Arya. Embiid now posting up. And he gets a double team, so he's going to have to move it around here. And this is where my lack of NBA experience is going to hurt me a little bit. That was Shake Milton. I did know who he was, obviously, but there were a couple guys who got the rock in and out of that possession, and I don't know who they are necessarily. Sorry. I'll do my best to learn. Tatum now with the rock. 7 seconds remain on the shot clock. 1:43 left in the first. He's going to do a pull-up three-point shot there. That's deep. Rebounded by Tobias Harris. Atlanta better win because they ended up pulling their players who were supposed to be on the U.S. Olympic squad. Yeah, they better. Yeah. Charge there that time on Tobias Harris. Tobias not having his best day so far. MSU says, I'll say this about MSU UM basketball games. I'd like to see more than just home team wins. That's pretty accurate for the most part. I'd like to see Michigan win both of those. Yeah, Mo better. Thanks, AD. Thank you. I appreciate that. I've been trying to tell people that, including my co-host, my Mo host. God Kong says, aren't free throws fun? It's like the most boring game of horse. Yeah, no joke, man. There's so many fouls in this one. But that first quarter wrapped up pretty quickly, I'd say. MSU somehow, some way, says, yeah, sweeps have happened with MSU in 2019 and UM in 2018, but still. John says, what about the Pistons game? Not covering that tonight, my friend. Probably lay off the Pistons for a while now because they're just not, I mean, their games are meaningless, you know. I don't think anybody, it take an avid fan like you to actually come to those streams for sure. God Kong says Fab 5 isn't a compliment. Hey, why not? They were great. Still got another hour before the Pistons-Nuggets game, John. This Costa Rican stadium is actually pretty nice. Well, Costa Rica's nice. Arya says, if none of our seniors could return, I'd feel less confident about our ability to make a deep run, given how young we are. Yeah, because, I mean, we'll have all the talent in the world, but, I mean, the odds of us developing that talent pretty quickly. Good news is, I mean, Jawan's been there, man, as a player. So, he would know he'd probably know a good bit about coaching them up and figuring out how to develop them as quick as possible. Christian says Florida State recruited 2 7-footers. That is what Florida State does. They like to be big inside, although that didn't help them this year against us. John says, okay, MSU Detroit fan. 89 says, who's the most underrated and overrated Michigan player in your opinion? Like ever? Basketball? I mean, let's go off the top of my head here. Underrated, I really still feel like Nick Stauskas never got enough love, as well as Glenn Robinson. A lot of people off of that dang team with Trey Burke. A lot of people were underrated on that squad. So I like Stauskas as an underrated option if you would count that. And then overrated, the Manny Harris for me all day, every day. It's still so weird because I've never seen anyone here have no clue what anyone looks like. Laugh out loud. It's weird. It's weird to me because I have like my ideas of what everybody looks like and sounds like and is like in real life. And I guarantee I'm completely inaccurate with all those guesses. But hey, that's kind of the allure of it though too. A community where it's just like you can be yourself and you don't actually, but you can still kind of remain anonymous. Except for God Kong. God Kong's actual name is God Kong. That's his real name in life. JT with short says, Shawnee Brown is the most underrated and most overrated is Wagner. Shawnee Brown. Oh, okay. So saying this year's team, I would agree with that. Yeah. I think I would agree with that with this year's team if that's what you were asking. Joe says Michigan basketball will win a championship within 5 years, period. I think so, man. I think so. I sure as heck hope so. JT Shondi goated, hits every big three. Should have shot late in the game the other day against UCLA, that's for sure. Pritchard now on the drive. Gets it out to Marcus Smart. I really like Pritchard, man. I like the way he plays. Shot there by the Celtics. Rushed, forced. Not a great shot there. Rebounded by, Court Moss. All right, how much help do the Sixers need from the refs to win games? All these free throws and blown calls. Man, there's been so many free throws, so many fouls. I was commenting on. There goes another one right there as Korkmaz fakes the three-point shot, and Robert Williams jumps on top of him. He already has 3 fouls because they're blowing the whistle left and right. I love Shondi. He's so good. Everybody, Shondi, a fan favorite for sure. I'd go to Piston Stream, said God Kong. God Kong would go to anything that doesn't score a lot of points. Kemba Walker leaving the stadium here. He's going to the tunnel. Must have aggravated something. Korkmaz on the first free throw makes it. It's 22 all. 54 and a half seconds remaining in this quarter. JT with short says, but Shondi is underrated. He is. But Grant is going to drop a 50-piece on the Nuggets. Yeah, but he needs help around him. MSU says Red Wings goal. Nice. 1-0 over Nashville. Guy Kong says Atlanta's keeper is former. Better stay that way. U.S. keeper Brad Guzan? 52 seconds remaining in this first quarter. 23-22 Sixers over the Seas. I'm scooting closer here. Drive there by Smart. He's going to get fouled. Man, oh man. I said this quarter was doing okay or whatever. Now it's just getting longer and longer and longer. These fouls are crushing. What about right now? Yeah, I agree with the pick on Shondi as underrated and Wagner is overrated. Nice job, Wings. Adam Earn. Preston says Akil Badu is a grown man. He is a beast, man. God, gotta love him. What a pleasant surprise for the Tigers. It's early, but sure looks like a good player. Well-spoken, real polite individual as well. Saw this interview after the game today and has a high baseball IQ and just talked about how calm he was. Said it's just another at-bat. Good stuff. Guy Kong says, what do you think I'm like in real life, Ray? I don't know, man. I'll be wrong. I don't want to be that wrong on something. Let me do some thinking about that. I'm going to answer that next stream I do, which will be tomorrow. Christian says, Florida men's basketball is about to get interesting. Why is that? Turnover there by the C's. It's going to be Sixers ball, 25-24. I don't know. God Kong, you told us a little bit about your life or whatever. You said you're kind of more shy in real life and stuff like that. Liquid says JT was short just because Franz had a bad game last game doesn't mean he's most overrated. True, Liquid. I think that's the right answer, but not necessarily just because of that game. And I would even say like most overrated is not like it's not like a huge. I'm not saying he's vastly overrated. If I just had to pick one Michigan player, you know what I'm saying? Like, who else would you pick? 25-24, Tatum with the long three to end the quarter. He misses. 25-24, Sixers to end the first. Christian says, I mean Florida State. Oh, yeah, Florida State basketball. Yeah, they're going to be tall. Some trees down there. Most overrated Michigan player, all of them except the ones that play for my pro teams. God, Kong. Hater. 1-0 Wings at the end of the first. Without Franz, we don't win the Big Ten title. Simple, says Liquid. I agree with that, but there's a lot of players you could take out that you could say without such and such, and we don't win possibly. Preston, but Franz had a lot of great games, but if I'm not mistaken, a lot of those were against bad teams that we probably would have done well against anyways. Preston says the Jazz and Nuggets are the teams I'll be cheering for. I like those teams. Go Celtics says Haas plays. What up, Haas? Good to see you. God Kong says my real name is God Kong. My mother really hates me. JT was short, says Wagner good, but he had very high expectations, and he did okay. Need the Red Wings and Pistons to win tonight with that Tigers victory. Getting a little greedy there, MSU. Just kidding. Christian says, I think the Seminoles will dominate college hoops next season. They'll definitely be in the mix. That's for sure. They'll be in the mix. I don't know about dominate. God Kong says, the way the lights are in the stadium, the players have four shadows going in the four cardinal directions. That's pretty dope. Height is important, but it's not everything. That's true, God Kong. That's very true. That's what I always have tried to tell myself all my life. God Kong says, I wouldn't say I'm shy. I'm cautious around strangers. Well, we're all family here. I don't think even Ray knows I'm a girl yet. That's so false. That's false. Liquid says, I would say if that's true, God Kong, that would really surprise me. Liquid says, I would say most overrated is Dickinson, honestly. He got All-American second team, even though you might as well chop off his right hand because he never uses it. I mean, clearly Dickinson faded towards the end of the season, especially against Big Ten competition. But I don't know, man. There's two sides to the ball. You know, his defense was pretty stellar, although Franz was too. So who knows? Again, I don't think saying somebody's was overrated, like if you had to pick one, I don't think that's a huge diss to that player. I mean, somebody's got to be picked, and I don't think anybody's vastly overrated on Michigan's team. Giacomo says, C-fan over here. What up? Good to see you. Did I pronounce it right the first time around, Giacomo or Giacomo? Let me know. Best of luck to your boys. Are you an Indian with a name like God Kong, says Stomping. The Celtics are having a lot of turnovers, says Giacomo. Let me know. The Celtics are having a lot of turnovers. Yeah, a lot of turnovers from the C's and a ton of fouls. AIN says ESPN already has 2 early top 25 for next year. Yeah, we were just talking about that. Michigan was 2. Gonzaga was 1. Yeah. There were some teams that ranked high up there or whatever. UCLA, they put high up there after their run. UCLA returning a lot of guys next year. I think their entire starting 5, actually. 5, Mike Smith double-double record in assists versus Maryland. Gonzaga 1, UCLA 2. Oh, I thought the one I looked at had Michigan 2 for sure, 100%. And need Tatum score 0 for 4 today. The team exceeded my expectations, so I'm happy about that, says Liquid. Yeah, for sure, man. Unranked going into the season, and we end up in the Elite 8. I'll take it. Just wish we could have got that last one against UCLA. Then I think we would have lost against Gonzaga, but Final Four would have been excellent. But Elite 8's great. Correct Italian name, so Giacomo. Guy Kong says, no, just a really scornful mother. Bang! 3-point make for the Celtics, 27-25. Sixers were favored by 2 coming into this game, and this game appearing to be everything we thought it might be and then some. Good game outside of the fouls and all that junk. Thanks for being here. 11 in the house right now. Please do hit that like button. It'll help out tremendously for this NBA coverage. Christian says Sadar Calhoun will probably carry the Seminoles all the way. You sound like a Seminole fan, my friend. You gotta be. AIN says CBS Sports has it too early, top 25. UCLA 1, Michigan 7. Man, everybody's all over the place then. Ray's already writing my backstory. He says I have a stepmother who won't let me drink caffeine. No, God Kong. No. And that is Cork Maz on the drive. He puts a little floater in the paint. That's in 27-27 on the floor for the Celtics. Smart, Pritchard, Tatum, Williams, and our boy, Mo Wagner. Come on, Mo. This just got more interesting for me. Tatum on the take. He makes it there, 29-27. That was all thanks to Mo. Everybody was so distracted by Mo that they let Tatum go free, obviously. Ben Simmons on the reverse layup. He makes it. So points being scored here early into this second quarter. Pritchard now driving and gets it over to Tatum. Tatum going to work. He gets double teamed by Simmons and what's his name? Goodness, Milton. Sixers end up with the steal here. Korkmaz driving over to Dwight Howard, the journeyman. Dwight Howard to Milton. Milton on the fadeaway. Misses. Front iron. Rebounded by Mo. There's a rebound by Mo. Woo! He's the best. You're the real MVP, Mo. Tatum on the take in the and one right there. 31-29. Celtics with a free throw up and coming. Let's see. AIN says, obviously, all these Nostradamus pundits have short-term memory. Yeah. That's very true. That's a great way to put it, actually. I won't even try to remake that. That's perfect. My way too early top 5. Zags, OSU, Michigan, FSU, UCLA. Not a bad one. I'd be curious as to why OSU over Michigan, though. JT with short says Gonzaga didn't verse a good schedule. That's why they got destroyed by Baylor. They played some teams, man, early in the season, and they played well in the tournament. I just, Gonzaga, credit to Baylor, man. They shot really, really, really well yesterday. I don't know what they ended up from three-point range, but I know they started 5 for 5. Korkmaz on the take, the nice pass, 31-32. Celtics with the lead. What NBA team do you cheer for? I cheer for the Pistons, my friend. Detroit Pistons, UCLA, and Florida State fan. Fair enough. Coast to coast, baby. And one, says Giacomo. Yes, sir. And one for you guys. Tatum showing out right now. And speaking of Tatum, he takes a shot there. A little bit of a heat check. He misses. Rebounded by Dwight Howard. Out to Ben Simmons, who eventually gets it to, who's number? Mike Scott. Man, they're going deep into their lineup with Mike Scott. Celtics now with the ball. Gets it over to Smart. 9 minutes left in the second quarter. Ray's a big Sixers fan because he likes Ben Simmons and Embiid. God, Kong. Blasphemy. Grant Williams with the 3. Bang! Make for the Celtics. 35-31 lead. I came just to give you a like. Thanks, Sleesman. Appreciate it, man. Thanks for being here, brother. AIN says Sixers Celtics contest missed the old Dr. J, Larry Bird battles. Man, I wish I was alive during that time. I loved 90s basketball, but I think I would have even loved just as much, or if not more, 80s basketball. Take there by Shake Milton. Gives a little bit of shake and bake and make. Milton with the 2. 35-33 Celtics. OSU got the same team from last year coming back, plus a good recruit coming in. Fair enough. I can see that. I can see them being ranked high. I don't know. Michigan's going to have depth, a lot of returning talent, and then a ton of talent coming in. I think we're going to be a little bit better than OSU, personally, and I'll take it because they whoop our tails in football, obviously. Steel City says Michigan is ranked like 16th in the way too early, top 25. Zags 1 and UCLA 2. Let me see if I can't find the article I saw today, because I could have swore Michigan was 2. I mean, I know Michigan was number 2 in the one I looked at. I'm checking Sports Illustrated. Maybe that was it. Yeah, Sports Illustrated. Let me put that on the screen really quick. So let's remove this really fast. And I'm going to share this Sports Illustrated article. Well, all of them are going to be different, obviously. But here we go. I'll commentate the game while I'm doing this. 35-33. Ben Simmons to the free throw line. Celtics with the lead. He makes the first. 35-34. Gonzaga is number 1. Michigan at 2. Duke 3. Ohio State 4. UCLA 5. Houston 6. Baylor. Purdue, Alabama, Florida State at the 10 spot. Kansas, Maryland, Villanova, Illinois, Kentucky, UConn, Arkansas, Michigan State at the 18, Oregon, Tennessee, West Virginia, St. Bonnie, LSU, Drake, and Xavier rounds it out. That's the one I looked at, Sports Illustrated. Fake news, huh? Let's get this scoreboard back on here for you. Kemba not injured, they just said. He's switching out his shoes. Interesting. Godkong says, in the 80s, sometimes the Sidney Moncrief Bucks would beat the Celtics. Sometimes they'd beat the Sixers, but never both. Moncrief, the defensive specialist back in the day. Ben Simmons to Korkmaz, back to Simmons, down low. He sees a little bit of a mismatch there, but he can't take advantage of it against Smart. Rebound by the Celtics. Jaylen Brown now. Jaylen Brown over to Grant Williams, back to Brown. Tries to get him on the give and go there, but it gets stolen by the Sixers. And they're going to walk on the three-point attempt there. Put Mo back in, Celtics. He was rolling. There's a bunch of way too early top 25 team rankings. Yeah, exactly. You're so Michigan biased, it's ridiculous. You lost a subscriber. Phil, people are going to think you're serious. Other people are going to unsubscribe. They're going to be like, yeah, he's right. Sorry, I meant the ESPN one. That's a fair one. Yeah. There's a bunch of them. Oh, Steel City, you talking about ESPN? Yes. You're welcome, bro. Your channel is great. Hopefully your subs. Thanks, Sleesman. Appreciate it. One day, my friend. The 80s were brutal in the East. You would have to get past the Sixers and Celtics only to run into the Showtime Lakers. What about the Pistons in the late 80s, huh? JT with short says, on one of this way too early top 25, someone had Michigan at number 1. I'd take that. For you, what NBA team nowadays is the biggest deception? Biggest deception NBA team? Like you're saying, like biggest frauds? Let me look at the standings right now. Most fraudulent NBA team, if that's what you're asking. I like the Suns. I think the Jazz are fraudulent. I know I'm going to get a lot of flack for that. A lot of people are going to hate on that. Obviously, they're the best team in the league, in the Western Conference, and the best team in the league. But I think they're a little bit fraudulent. Overrated. What do you guys think? For you, let's see. Guy Kong says they even swept the Celtics one year. The only time Bird ever got swept. Unbelievable. Weird ranking, says God Kong. Yeah, those were a little off. Where's Florida State ranked at? They had them at 10. Go to Walter Hill, NCAA Futures. Michigan is the third choice, plus 1,400. Nice. Those Bucks were also the first team to beat Jordan in a playoff series. I did not know that, God Kong. Dropping the knowledge. Yeah, I agree, Phil Rainwater. He is biased, says God Kong. Yes, we get that a lot. There's one. Remember those one people that one person said like, these guys are clearly all Michigan. We're leaving. I'm like, yeah, no joke. Moncrief, Arkansas guard, part of a trio, 3 Buccaneers. Nice, love that. Bucks are the biggest fraud. They definitely ran across my mind when I was looking over them. Part of me wants to say the Trailblazers, like, because they get there all the time or whatever, and they just can't get it done. Granted, they keep matching up against some of the tougher teams in the playoffs. That's usually what you do in the playoffs at some point. Yakumo says, yes. Arya says if the Lakers played the Jazz, LA would win 4-1. Agreed. Healthy LA, of course. How dare you slander the Jazz? You're probably right, but I don't want to hear it. Yeah. They're not a bad team. Don't get me wrong, but I feel like they're just a little bit overrated. I think Denver last year, I would have wanted to say them, but they proved themselves in the playoffs last year. Living in Western PA, I really don't have many NBA teams to root for, and I sure as heck don't like the Sixers. So for now, I am riding with the Knicks. I've always liked the Knicks, man. I've always do people hate the Knicks because they've never actually been winners in my lifetime or whatever, but they were competitors with the Bulls back in the day. I miss the 90s and somebody let me know if I miss a team here, but when you had really prime Bulls years with the Pacers, the series with the Pacers and the Knicks. I feel like there's one other team. Let me look at the standings. I always like to do that. I mean, the Pistons met up with them a few times, but it wasn't Magic. They met up with the Magic a few times. And Hornets. Yeah, I miss those days, man. Miss them. They were good. No one could get past Mike. Seth Curry on the curl hits it. 37-35 Sixers. AIN says most fraudulent, overrated Dallas. That's definitely among there. But man, if they're on, they can do well. 3-point shot by the Celtics. That's short. Not a good take there. Ben Simmons now over to Embiid. Embiid on the 3-point try. Misses. 37-35 Sixers. 6.5 minutes left in the second quarter. He ruins my ears by yelling bang too loud. God, Kong. Don't be spreading the hate. Jaylen Brown on the date. He makes it 37 all. For the Sixers right now, Curry, Simmons, Milton, Green, and Embiid all on the court. Curry drives the lane, backs back out, thinks otherwise, and drives again, gets way past his man, but a good makeup of ground there by Cornette. Good makeup of ground. Yeah, Jaylen Brown on the previous possession spins on Simmons and takes it right at Embiid. Good take there. Did you see the OG and Montez ejection? I did not, Ricardo. Good to see you, by the way. Portugal in the house. 3-point shot. Bang! That's a make for the Sixers. 40-37. Oh, what else? The other guy can't pronounce people's names. I hate the Knicks. Who hates the Knicks? God, I would love to go to a game in Madison Square Garden. That's for sure. Cornette with the fake. He drives, goes up with the right. He did everything right there but finish. Misses. Seth Curry on the 3-point on the other end in transition. Misses. Rebounded. And they try to get it out to Green. Ends up getting poked away by Romeo Langford out of bounds. Sixers ball. Pittsburgh in the house. I'm from Pitt as well, just for your information. Good deal. Pitt in the house. A lot of Pitt people. AIN says best Jazz team ever was when the team played in New Orleans. Pistol Pete Maravich. Fun fact, Pistol Pete grew up, this is true, God Kong, about 9 minutes away from my house. I went to Daniel High School and then LSU for college, obviously. Daniel High School in Central South Carolina, Pistol Pete. I used to watch his tutorial videos when he would spin the spin the ball on a broomstick. Pretty dope. Marcus Smart on the take. Man, Celtics really careless with the basketball today. That's a kickball that time around, but very easily could have been another turnover. Giacomo says, I agree they win versus best ones and lose with bots. Truth. Imagine NBA playoffs was a one-game elimination. Thoughts? Don't love it. Don't love it. Too long of a season. Same thing I think about baseball. Are you like, I can't believe they're doing like that one-game play-in game. I've said that. I don't know if you were there the other day when I said it, but like with that one game, that 5 versus 4 matchup in baseball, somebody could use their ace the game before because they had to in order to get into the playoffs. And then they're without their ace for an elimination game. That's no fun. Bang! Danny Green on the 3-point make. 45-37. Sixers trying to open it up here. 4.5 minutes remaining. Let's see if the Celtics can withstand the run. I don't understand, says Giacomo. Bang, says Brad. Arya says, in my opinion, that would be way too short of a playoffs. Yeah, agreed. Brad, thank you for being here, man. Good to see you in the house, my friend. Yeah, way too short for real. I agree with that. I like the series the way they are. Don't forget about the Bullets. Ooh, the Bullets. Yeah. Can't forget about them. I actually grew up in Maryland. Well, a little bit in Maryland. My dad was stationed in Indian Head, Maryland. A little small town. Air ball there by the Celtics. Tobias Harris now with the rock for the Sixers. 4 minutes left, 45-37. Sixers with the lead. Gives it to Curry. Curry over back to Tobias Harris. Harris now up on his man. 5 seconds on the shot clock. 4, 3. Back to Harris down low. He misses the bunny but puts it back in. 47-37. Philly with a run here. Celtics need to put a plug in it. Walker back in the game. Gets around Seth Curry. Out to Jayson Tatum. Tatum to Smart. Fakes the three-point shot. They're going to call him for a walk. He did take steps. Just the ball. Nobody cutting. Nobody want to score. WTF, says Don Do It. Yeah, a lot of turnovers, man. And I do think they're having a good ball movement. They're just making some sloppy passes. Motherfucking NBA, says Don Do It. No, it's not, says God Kong. Steel City says Insleesman, Penn State, or Pitt. Bang! 3-point make for Danny Green. They're going to have to take a timeout, our Boston. 3.5 minutes left, and they are now down 13 all of a sudden. I think it's 13-0 run because I'm pretty sure it was 37-all. Go to Twitter. That was a WWE move, man. OG going to beat John Cena when his NBA career is over. Oh, that's funny. Got to like that. WWE. I used to watch it back in the day. Godkong says, I just asked him. Christian said, crazy how the Bruins and the Seminoles are already ranked by Sports Illustrated for the next season. Giving them reps, man. Giving them props there. Godkong says, MLB might be my favorite playoffs. I love the MLB playoffs. Love them even more when there's fans in the stands. But I don't love the format of it. I don't love the playing game. Poland says, what are your thoughts on the national championship game last night? Horrible game. Obviously, I didn't enjoy it in that regard. Was hoping we were going to get a good matchup there. I don't think Gonzaga got exposed or anything like that. I just think that I think Kispert had a terrible tournament. He wasn't shooting the ball well, and I think it started to get to him mentally. And they needed him. He was the team's leading scorer all season long, even more so than Timmy. And so they needed Kispert in a big, big way. He wasn't able to come through. Timmy got in foul trouble early, and Baylor was just hitting all their shots. They did a poor job, Gonzaga did, getting out on Baylor on the perimeter shots. They knew that's what Baylor does exceptionally well, but Baylor also does that well for a reason, you know. They do a lot of things right in terms of passing the ball and their offensive scheme and everything else, getting guys open. So credit to Baylor more so than knock on Gonzaga. Good season for both. Badu says, Tribin. Yes, sir. Akil Badu is a beast. Detroit Tiger. Shout out to the Syracuse Nationals, the NBA team that moved and relocated to Philly in 63. Didn't know that. Good news. Good stuff. Andrew says, whoa, wow, slow day. 20 people, sheesh. Yeah, 24 in the house. It's all good, man. We don't really have much of an NBA following just yet, so you got to plant seeds. You got to plant seeds. And you know, sometimes I like just being real. I'm really not being sarcastic when I say that, or not sarcastic, but like what's the word? I'm not lying when I say this. Like sometimes I'm okay with smaller streams, you know? Because in a way, like you want streams to be big and you want to grow and everything, but you also another reason for streaming is to really get to talk to your community and everything. So I'll take the small streams just as much as I will the big streams. To an extent, I don't want all of them to be small. But yeah. And his co-host brings race into everything. Oh, God. Mother effing Boston College, fire the coach. Oh, my gosh. Some people, my favorite playoffs are the college football ones. Of course it is. Showtime because you're a Buckeye. What up, man? Good to see you in the house. Thanks for being here. It's got to be the tournament, guys. It's got to be the basketball tournament. I watch a lot of college football games, but I'm a diehard Steeler fan. Good deal. Not a bad team to root for, Sleetsman. Godkong says, horrible game. Baylor was a joy to watch. They were great. The game itself, not so great. Ryan says, hello, Ray. What up, Ryan? Good to see you in the house, my friend. Ricardo says, everybody watched WWE until we realize it's fake as hell. Then it's just cringe to watch, he says. Yeah, very much so. It is. I do respect those guys, though. Even though they fake it and everything else, they still got to take some punishment. Christian says, what do you think about college football playoffs expanding to 8 so we don't have the same teams? Don't mind 8. That's the second best option. I want 6 personally, but I'll take 8. NBA should have the playoffs like NCAA, a 3-week tournament. Only way Charlotte can win a title. Fair enough. I don't know. 82 games to only play a single elimination tournament? I don't know. Ray, as a Michigan fan, do you think Penn State and Michigan bounce back next year? We went over the schedule yesterday for Michigan, and I said 7-5. It might have been the day before that. But, yeah, I said 7-5 for us. With a big question mark on the Washington game. I had us losing that, but we could win that one. Taco Fall in the game for the Celtics. Marcus Smart with the missed free throw. They're down 52-38, 3 minutes left in this quarter, second quarter. Inside to Embiid, team's leading scorer, averaging a double-double this season. He gets fouled on the shot. He's gotten a lot of free points today off of Celtic fouls. Taco Fall with that foul. But yeah, I have more confidence in Penn State than I do Michigan. I think unless we really surprise some people and do some things right and get it clicking, it's going to be another long season for Michigan by our standards. Sleesman says if they can make more, which warranted or not are our standards, if they can make more, they will expand the playoff. Get more money. Yeah, no joke. I agree. What is your favorite team? Michigan, Detroit Pistons, Detroit Tigers, Detroit Lions, and Detroit Red Wings. I'm a Pacers fan, says Icky. Good deal. I don't mind the Pacers. And Sleesman, me too, if you look at the profile pick. We didn't forget the Washington Bullets, nor the San Diego Rockets, nor the Seattle Supersonics. Don't forget the San Francisco Warriors, the team played in Philadelphia. I didn't know all those teams that you just named. Good deal, AIN. Kemba on the drive. Had to alter his shot there. Good defense by Seth Curry. Rebound by the Sixers. Sixers now. Tobias Harris gets it swatted away or ripped away by Kemba. Good play there by Kemba. And Tobias gets the foul after Kemba gets the steal. I feel like Memphis should have made the tournament over Michigan State. It wouldn't have been bad. I like Michigan State in there over them. You're not Manuel Neuer Guzan. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Showtime says it's joking. March Madness is the best playoffs. College football has the best regular season. I agree with all that, Showtime. Good calls. Tatum now gets it over to Walker. Walker, good move there in the paint, but can't finish. Celtics doing a lot today as well. Getting the paint, getting the drive and an open layup, and can't make it. Or Utah State. Yeah, I like that one a little bit more. AIN says Gonzaga lost because UCLA kicked them in the nuts. Zags had an 8 count before Monday night's tilt. That's quite the possibility for sure. I don't think that's the only reason, but it certainly matters, especially against a very active and quick and fast team in Baylor. Smart with the steal, takes it coast to coast, left hand on the reverse, puts it up and in, 53-40. Sixers. Hell yeah, bro. Born and raised in Pittsburgh. Gotta love that. He said Red Wings. I did. Dang it. I was hoping you weren't here anymore. No, I'm just kidding. Can't wait to watch the new recruits Peyton Watson and Will McClendon represent Westwood next season. UCLA, fight. Best of luck, my friend. Great run this season for sure. 53-40. Sixers over the Celtics now. They get it inside to big Taco Fall, and he's being guarded by Embiid. He puts it up and in over Joel. Minute and a half left in the second quarter. 53-42 Sixers. It's crazy because I'm in the beginning of the tournament. I thought Utah State was more deserving to get an at-large bid than UCLA. Boy, was I wrong, man. A lot of people were wrong on that. A lot of people. UCLA definitely proved all the people wrong. I had Utah State with the stunner in round one. They didn't get it. So, can't blame you there, are you? Bang! 3-point make for the Sixers. 56-42 in this one. Kemba Walker now with the ball being guarded by Seth Curry. Gets it inside to Taco Fall. Back to Kemba. 10 on the shot clock. Asking for the pick there. Gets a pick out of Taco Fall. Gets it over to Tatum. Tatum long off the back rim. Rebounded by the Sixers. 45 seconds and counting left in the second quarter. Tobias now over to Embiid. Embiid on the three-point shot. Long. Rebounded by Taco Fall. 35 seconds now. 56-42. Sixers with the lead. I don't know what it is, but I keep calling all these blowout NBA games. take there by Marcus Smart. Good job there. 56-44. Sixers over the Celtics. 24 seconds left. Can't hold for the last shot. 2-point differential between the two clocks. Ben Simmons now running down the clock, so they'll at least feed it down to the end of it. Simmons to Curry. Curry with the pump fake. Steps back. Takes the three. Bang! Makes it. The younger Curry with the shot. Nice shot there. 59-44 Sixers. And Walker with the leaner at the end of the half. Makes it. 59-44. Still 0.7 left for the Sixers. 6 would be perfect and give the 1 and 2 a bye with the 6 spot reserved for an undefeated non-Power 5 conference team. I don't want 8 because you could have teams with 2 to 3 losses getting in. I agree across the board, Showtime. We're on the same wavelength today. Also, on top of that, I really like the idea of really having something to play for as a 1 and 2 seed still. So, that gives them a little bit more of a, desire to play late in the season and get that bye. Murray says subscribe and hit that like button. Yes, sir, Murray. Appreciate that, my friend. Thanks for being here today, guys. If you're new to the channel, we cover all things sports all the time. We're going to start covering more NBA action. We'll start off slow for sure. Got to build that trust between the NBA fans. It'll take some time, but with the NBA and stuff like that, you just keep planting those seeds and you'll get lucky eventually. Got YouTube shorts coming out soon. That's going to start up soon. So we'll get those out. We'll do what we can to reach a wider audience, cast a larger net. Thanks, Murray. Godkong says, I'd like college football more if Wisconsin could be good for 2 consecutive years. That'd be nice. Who do you think has it worse, Godkong, me or you? With football. Showtime says the most impressive thing to me about Baylor was their defensive intensity. Yeah, I kind of left out the defensive thoughts on that one. That's a good point. And quick closeouts on shooters. Yeah, they really disrupted Gonzaga in a bad way. Because it wasn't just, even Timmy had a good day shooting, but I think I'm sure he shot more than this later down the stretch, but it was late in the game and he was 5 of 7. So he'd only taken 7 shots and he had taken much more than that throughout the entire tournament. He had made 5 of 7, so he was shooting well. And got in foul trouble, though. But they just did a good job altogether, not letting him dominate in the post like he had the entire tournament. Good defense all the way around. And just continue to make Kispert struggle. So, yeah. Suggs was pretty much the only guy that had a good day for Gonzaga. Arya says, I meant Colorado State, not Utah State. Colorado State looked much worse than Utah State, yes. Favorite sporting video game. See, I don't get into video games too much anymore. My favorite growing up was always NCAA football games because I used to run with the quarterback a lot and it was effective. Godkong says Mario Super Strikers is the best sports video game. I don't know if that qualifies. If we're going to go that route, I'm going Mario Kart. Arya says NCAA football 13, the GOAT with Denard on the cover. Like that. I got something to admit, guys. I used to be Ohio State with Troy Smith all the time. I was just really good with that team. JT need to score 2 for 8, just 5 points. Wow, Tatum, really? 2 for 8? Seems like he is having a much better day than that. Let me look. Are you sure? I thought he was shooting the ball better than that. Who's the leading scorer for the Celtics? Let's look at some stats here, and I'll get back to the chats. Tobias Harris with 4 points for the Sixers on 2 of 8 shooting. Danny Green, 5 of 5 from the field, 14 points. That's good. 4 for 4 from 3-point range. Wow, I didn't know I knew he'd made a couple, but I didn't know 4. Embiid's 4 for 9 with 15. Lots of free throws. He's shot 8 free throws. He made 7 of them. Simmons 2 for 3 for 6, and Curry 2 for 5 for 5. Tatum is indeed 2 for 9 with 5 points. I just thought he was having a better day than that. He's 0 for 5 from 3-point range. That explains a lot. Williams the third with 2 points off of his only shot and made his only attempt. Kemba Walker 2 of 6, 5 points. Marcus Smart 10 points off of 3 of 5 shooting, and Jaylen Brown 4 for 5 and 10 points. Maybe Brown's the one I'm thinking about having the good day. Give people money back, says Don Do It. Talking about the NBA. Boston pieces of you sound upset, Don. Ainsley Smith says, listen to this and playing some Warzone. Good deal, man. Thanks for being here, brother. Luke says, hey, baby daddy. What up, Luke? 13 points of difference. 48. Maybe he could do some 3-point balls. That would help Yakimo. That would help indeed. Geez, my B, what I was trying to say for the 1,000th time is that I thought Louisville should have gotten in over UCLA. Now you're confusing me. I didn't get to see a lot of Louisville this year. And the little bit I did get to see of them, I think they got blown out. I know they got blown out by North Carolina, and they got blown out by somebody else too. So I wasn't big on Louisville getting in. You have it worse. You're a Lions fan. Ain't that the truth, man? Tough. Here I am. Leave it to a Detroit fan and a Michigan football fan to try to start a YouTube channel around the. I mean, most of our subscribers are people that are like, "Oh, I need somebody to have. I found somebody that will have pity with me," because there's a lot of the big YouTubers. They do well because they root for good teams. And because they're good and creative at what they do. But cheering for a good team has a lot to do with it. It helps a lot. I mean, if you look at it, I won't name specific names, but, people covering the Packers, Yankees, Lakers, all that good stuff, those guys do well. Or just having a big fan base like Scooter Magruder, he was going to be successful no matter what. He's great. But he's a Cowboys fan. That helps. WTF Boston Celtics, what are they doing? Where's Philly cheesesteak? He's working, man. He's not working right now, but he's just working a lot of hours during this spring season. He said he'll be up and running and good to go on most nights soon enough, as soon as all this passes by. Showtime says, I will come up for the Wisconsin versus OSU game, and we will go party, man. That sounds like a plan. Shut up, says Mike. All right. Murray says, Tecmo Bowl is the greatest. Love that. Though we're about to play Ohio State 6 years in a row. Good. I was about to say, man, why does Michigan always got to play Wisconsin all the time? We'll also play them a few times in the big championship game. So we're going to go like 0-9. It's going to be like being a Michigan fan. Welcome to hell, God Kong. Hell yeah, showtime, he says. It is a bucket list thing for me to do to see the Buckeyes in Madison and jump after the third quarter. That's good. I like that. Yeah. I'm just throwing this out there, like, especially for all, you longtime subscribers. I've been talking to, I've mentioned it to Phil before, but I've mostly had the thought in my head in the future, man. Like, and I know it can be a weird thing because we don't, again, like God Kong stated earlier, or somebody stated earlier, I think it was God Kong stated earlier, that we don't even know what each other, well, I don't think it was you, God Kong, but anyways, we don't even know what each other looks like or is like or whatever. But, for everybody that is comfortable with it, I think, you guys obviously know what I look like and how I act or whatever. I'd like to get, when COVID's all done and all this craziness is over, I'd like to see if you guys are interested in like meeting up for a game one time or whatever. Maybe do a tailgate together and all that good stuff. Anybody that's near the Michigan area, definitely not going to the shoe. I'll tell you that. So it'll be somewhere at the big house and whatever game we can find. But for anybody that's comfortable meeting in person, I am cool with that. That sounds like fun, man. To me, that's like one of the biggest points, man. That's one of the biggest points on this channel is for just growing a community and like I literally don't do it. This is what I want to do long term. This is what I want to do. I think I know some things about YouTube, and I think I'm a relatively decent editor and can make good videos. This is what I want to do, but as a whole, but money's not really my driving force. I just, I would always get on Imgo blog and stuff like that, but they do like this point system and all this other stuff, and I'm like, man, I never would type on there or whatever, or really get close to the community. And it kind of seems like anybody who knows Imgo blog or whatever, it kind of seems like they have their own little community and they shut any kind of newcomer out or whatever. It seems that way. I might be speaking incorrectly, but it just seems that way. It doesn't seem like new people are welcome. It seems like they have their bunch and that's it. So yeah, got that. Halftime already. Yes, indeed. Same showtime, says God Kong. On small games, JT scores a lot, but on a big, he can't do nothing. Definitely struggling today. Like you said, 2 for 9 shooting the ball. Guzan just got a red card. Oh no. What are we going to do? KTO is a Browns fan and Flimmo is a Bengals fan. They do well. Browns fan and Flimmo is a Bengals fan. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, but those are very Bengals would be hard to grow on for sure. Browns is a very passionate fan base. very deep, passionate fan base. I could see somebody doing well. I do know who KTO is. I don't know who Flimmo is. I'll have to check that. Oh, is that guy that does like he does more than just Bengals material, doesn't he? Yeah. I'm not making excuses, Tom Peak. We'll do all right on here. We'll do all right on here. I love watching people's content, man. I think there's some really creative people, and I like that everybody does their own little thing. Like people make different kinds of videos. Luke says, is he coming back tonight? No, sir. He won't be here. I know you're mad at Boston, Dawn. Imagine Brad Pitt. Look nothing like him, says Showtime. That's funny. I went for it at first. Sleesman said a winning culture definitely makes a big difference. Absolutely. Absolutely. I'd go to OSU Michigan game. Yeah, I went to that. I went to one. I went to the one that John O'Corn started in. We looked good in that game in the beginning, and then John O'Corn did John O'Corn things, and Josh Metellus did Josh Metellus things. But yeah, that'd be dope, man, for sure. For sure. I'll be in touch with everybody. That's for sure. Why isn't Taco starting? Not the most fast of guys. He's got his limitations. If I see you in a bar, I'll buy you a drink. Say I'm a big fan of your channel and leave like some phantom while you're sitting there wondering if that really happened. Did I really just meet God Kong in person? I could see that. Oh shoot, I just gave myself away. That's funny. Flimmo Raps. Yeah, I do know his channel. Yeah. If Michigan makes the Final Four next year, we going to New Orleans, baby. Me and you, let's do it. Let's do it. I didn't know it was in New Orleans, but somewhere I've always wanted to go. Been in Louisiana before, but never New Orleans. My friend always is wanting to go, man. We were supposed to go to the LSU South Carolina game this past year. We went to A&M 2 years ago, and we were supposed to go to LSU, but that game got canceled between those two teams, if I'm not mistaken. Or they didn't allow attendance. God Kong says Red Wings and Wolverines aren't exactly small fan bases. Yeah, Wolverines. Well, yeah, but when I started Wolverines last year, we were just starting the channel. So I think this next football season we'll do all right on this channel. Pisses would have a good following if they were good. Yeah, that's true. It matters. It matters being good. Like I just remember watching Tom Grossi and Urinating Tree. I love saying that name in the playoffs for the Steelers Browns game and the Packers versus the Bucks. And man, they did really, really, really well because people wanted to see how they reacted in the playoffs. I don't think I'll be reacting to any Lions playoff games anytime soon because believe it or not, we don't really make it there that often. We do not make it there. Christian says UCLA and Florida State will also make it to the Final Four next year. You love those two squads, don't you? The coast-to-coast thing. Awesome. God Kong says Urinating Trees playoff stream was hilarious. It's great, man. It's great. It is. I think I will not show Phil. He's never seen Urinating Tree, and I won't show him because Phil will be so mad that he'll be like, why can't I cuss again? Why can't I do what he does? That'd be Phil. That'd be Phil all day if he had his own channel. And I need to tell Phil, like, Phil, if you want to run your own channel separate from ours and call other games, be my guest. Be my guest. And that way you can cuss all you want and do all that stuff all you want. Ooh, a little bit of fight breaking out there in the Lakers-Raptors game between Schroeder and somebody else. Schroeder and who is that? And then Montrezl Harrell comes in to get a piece of it. Trent Jr. in the mix. A lot of pushing and shoving going around. Crazy. Showtime says New Orleans is a huge party, and I can't imagine around a big game. Those hurricane drinks will sneak up on you big time. Cajun food is unbelievable. Oh, man. Cajun food. Goodness. Would love that. We stopped at like a Dave Bearden's seafood restaurant in Louisiana. I don't know if anybody knows what that is. I think it's like a small branch in Louisiana. It was so disappointing. It wasn't that good. And we were so mad because we were like, you know, we're in Louisiana. We want some seafood and some Cajun stuff, you know, like a little bit of mix of both. And wasn't that good. Service was bad too. If I donate $500 right now, Phil has to come back tonight. I can guarantee you Phil would come if you I'd make him. I don't care if he's at work or not. Luke, you won't do it, says Mikey. God Kong says I would watch an Unleashed Phil stream. Oh man, Phil getting unleashed. I'm sure you would, God Kong. I'm sure you would. Unfortunately, I don't think it will ever happen on here. I know what to do next time. I'll hit that remove button. I still got to go back to that 12-hour stream and see if, because it got cut off or whatever at some point, I got to see if the parts that I hope were cut off were indeed cut off. Otherwise, I got to get rid of that one too, man. Cajun seafood and corn. Y'all making me hungry, man. Making me hungry. All I had was some chili mac again today. And Coors Light. 59-46 is your score here. Sixers over the Celtics right now. It's halftime. Third quarter should be starting up relatively soon. We appreciate you guys being here. Hit that like button if you haven't already. Sorry to the faithful ones that there aren't more people in the house, but we'll get it. We'll get it going. We'll get it going. We gotta be patient around here. Ryan says, "Don't be Phil who donated $100." Once you eat Cajun food in New Orleans, it isn't any good anywhere else. I have tried quite a few times, but no one makes Cajun like they do in New Orleans. Gotta like that, man. I won't do it then. I won't do it because I don't want to not like Cajun food all around. What's this commercial for? Is that McDonald's? They try to make that crispy chicken sandwich look all kinds of good. Ryan says, "Suck." Little Ian Glazier in the house now. Let's see what's happening with the Pistons and the other NBA action. We got to be winning. Surely we are. Oh, we haven't even started yet. Wait, I thought we tip off at 9. 11.5-point underdogs in that one are the Pistons. Gotta love it. Other action, Grizzlies over the Heat, 57-49. Kyle Anderson with 17 points for Memphis. Harrow with 13 points for the Heat. Raptors getting spanked by the Lakers. That's wild. Marcus Gasol with 11 points there, 7 rebounds, 4 assists. Chris Boucher with 12 points, 3 rebounds. Celtics 59-46 in this one. Hawks over the Pelicans 76-69, 76-71 just changed. Trae Young 21 points there. Zion with 20. Pacers Bulls up 102-88, 6:08 left in the fourth. Vujicic with 26 points and LeVert with 15. What do we got here? Brug, can it be playoff time already? Yeah, no joke. Let's get to it. 82 games is a lot, man. 82 games is a lot. But baseball is 162. Goodness. Wild. I was mad that the Twins and Tigers were all day games this week. That's pretty lame. Can't cover those, but I'll be back Friday for sure. I don't know if my in-laws are supposed to be here Saturday or Sunday. If they're supposed to be here Sunday, I'm covering the Tigers on Saturday. But if they're supposed to be here on Saturday, I can't because I have to clean up this living room. I cannot let them come back here and see this studio set up in their living room. I mean, they know I'm doing it, but once they see it and the Coors Light cans and stuff, they might not love it. All right, second half is started. 59-46 in this one. Jayson Tatum with the rock, gives it over to Brown. Walker. Walker on the drive gets fouled before he gets really going there. Seth Curry with the reach in. Gonzaga sucks. They did last night, that's for sure. I've been chasing booty all day, says Mikey. Get it. Also, I can never say his last name. Koprivica, the guy from Florida State, was a great player for the Seminoles. Yes, he's very tall, very manly. Marcus Smart with a really bad miss, rebounded by Ben Simmons. That was a 3-point attempt. Why are we talking about fancy food? Let's talk about how good mac and cheese is. Mac and cheese is delicious, my friend. I just said I had chili mac earlier. Chili and mac and cheese. Good stuff. Seth Curry with the pump fake. 10 seconds on the shot clock. He's going to drive here. Lean in floater. Hits it off the backboard and in. Well, rim then backboard and in. Kemba Walker down the court. Good drive. Good pass to Marcus Smart. And that's a double dribble. 61-46. Why's the scoreboard not updating? Am I going to have to get in and out of that one? Also, Tanner Gom, whatever his last name is, LS, Michigan State, Memphis, Utah State, don't matter which teams, UCLA would have won the first game. Agreed, AIN, all across the board. Let me update this to see if this will change. I really like this scoreboard on clutch points, but it never seems to update the way I'd like it to. We'll keep it on there for a little bit longer, and if it doesn't update the score, I'll have to go to ESPN, unfortunately. I will be in lovely South Carolina in 2 weeks. What is better, Zaxby's or Bojangles? Those eateries are not in Las Vegas. Murray, that's a great question. You can't go wrong with either of the two. Have you had either of them? I would take most people would probably tell you Bojangles over Zaxby's. I'm going to go Zaxby's over Bojangles. Yeah, I think their chicken's a bit more tender. Their Zax sauce is perfect. Make sure you get the Zax sauce. It's delicious. Very, very good. Ryan, I grew up on – Phil would tell you Bojangles, 100%. It's his favorite restaurant. He hates that he doesn't have it in Florida. 63-46, Sixers over the Celtics. 3-point shot by Danny Green. He was 4 for 4 on those in the first half, but he misses there. Ryan, I grew up on Kraft mac and cheese, and to this day, I still love it. It's good stuff, man. You ever seen Avatar? I kind of look like Azula with her hair down. That's funny. The kind of funny story about Avatar, your boy is not a, how can I put this, green smoker. But the first time I ever did, my mom's probably watching. This will probably be the time she watches, but I think I've told her this before. First time I ever did do that, we watched Avatar that night, and it was just a bad mistake. It's a bad mistake to smoke for your first time ever and then watch a bunch of blue painted people in some alternate world. It was wild. I was freaking out. Arya says, you ever think of taking a break in the summer, late July, August, if the Tigers suck? I would. Laugh out loud. Also, between now and the playoffs, the draft is the only exciting thing, sadly. Laugh out loud. Yeah, Arya, I'm with you 100%, man. It's going to be tough on this channel for sure. I told Phil that. I was like, dude, don't bother. He gets very discouraged by low attendance streams. Not so much because I'm more like, whatever. I'm going to watch the game anyway, so might as well watch it and talk and hang out with you guys or whatever, for anybody that'll be here and listen. Foul there. So Embiid's going to go to the free throw line, 63-48. But yeah, it's going to be tough. This is probably one of the toughest times to be a sports YouTuber for sure. So if the Tigers really stink, like really start to stink, I'll cover other teams. And I'm doing the Orioles Yankees tomorrow, so I'm going to try to like hit other fan bases and stuff like that or whatever. And I'm going to do it just to have fun. And when we do have good attending streams, that'd be great. But not going to sit there forcing the issue or worrying too much about it. Just going to believe in what we do here. And really streaming kind of gives me time to like think about like, I'm not editing and doing all that, all that hard work or whatever necessarily. Streaming is harder than people think, but it's not the hard part of YouTube. Editing and stuff like that is the hard part. So it'll give me time to think about what our next moves are. Really, I've just been focused on the NCAA tournament, and I think we had a great show and really appreciate you guys during that entire time. Phil posted on Twitter today, 200,000 total views throughout the NCAA tournament, 800 subscribers gained, around 800 subscribers gained. So really appreciate you guys and all the help you gave with us, liking the videos, helping them rank, and all that good stuff, man. Couldn't have done it without you guys. Thank you very much. Boston hits the shot there, 65-50. Philly with the lead here. Embiid gives it back over to Tobias. Tobias backing down his man. Back to Embiid. 3-point shot. And rattles in. Bang! Make there, 68-50. It's so good, man, says Ryan. Yes, sir. What tastes better than a piece of bacon? 2 pieces of bacon. Good point there, AIN. You're never wrong. Jayson Tatum over to Smart. Smart for 3. Bang! Make there. Let's go. Team's heating up here. 68-53. Sixers with the lead. No, I have not, says Murray. You got to try it. Zaxby's delicious. Bojangles delicious. Why don't you just have both? Why don't you just have both back to back? A little bit of everything. Tobias with a drive gets it over to Danny Green, over to Ben Simmons, down low on Smart. Seems to think he has a mismatch here. Let's see if he can exploit it. He goes up and under and misses there. Goes out of bounds. Celtics ball. I just thought of this. If you clean a vacuum cleaner, are you the vacuum cleaner? That's funny. I've heard that one before, though. Otherwise, it'd be better. Wrong avatar. I should have specified. Oh, okay. Nice Ryan says Showtime. False Ray, remember the volleyball tournament. The volleyball tournament. Which one are you talking about? Pull-up jumper missed there by Smart. Rebounded by Simmons. Simmons gets his pocket clean. Taco Fall ends up with it. Smart over to Kemba Walker now. Walker to Tatum. Tatum with the 3-point shot. Bang! bang, make 68-56. Boston goes on a little bit of a run. After falling down 68-50, they go 6 straight points, 12-point ball game. I told you OG was in some WWE training. You called it, Ricardo. Ryan says thanks. Ray's trying to bring Sixers, Celtics, and Yankees fans in here. I'll get the exterminator on the phone. Oh, man. Their teams are the ones that are covered all the time or whatever. Yeah. And football season is going to be really wild because I'll be doing Michigan, Ohio State coverage, and we'll call whatever the other good game of the day is and stuff like that. I got to go heavy and hard during football season, man, for sure. I got higher than Phil and Ray in the group, so I'm happy. I was not expecting top 5 at all. Gaikong, you did great, man. Ended up 4th, right? If the winner, we got to find out who that winner is. So if you guys find out, if y'all see anything that I don't notice or whatever, let me know. We don't know who won. We saw who won. We just don't know who that is. Hopefully they claim their prize. I would say after like a couple weeks, if they don't claim their prize, I'll have to look at who got second place. And if that's somebody we do know. Arya says bratwurst is really good in my opinion. Pork and beef sausage in general, especially when it's spicy. That's some good stuff, man. God, y'all got all kinds of good options around here. Phil always makes fun of me. I always say, or my wife does too. One of my favorite meals is, my mom calls it my stuff. It's just bean and bacon soup with hamburger meat, and then she melts cheese on top of all of it. And there's a couple other things inside it, like small little add-ins and stuff, but that's the gist of it. And it is really, really good. She also makes what she calls Nacho Beth Grande because her name is Beth. And it's Doritos, nacho cheese chips, hamburger meat, sour cream, and then she puts Frito-Lay, like cheddar, melted sauce over it. Perfect. Delicious, delicious. Kemba for Russ says, let's talk. Ooh, that'd be interesting. Kemba's starting to play a little bit better, though. He looks pretty decent today. What volleyball tournament? Oh, Classic Ray. What are you talking about? How many points Joel got? Don't want to sound rude. Joel Embiid. Why would you sound rude? You don't sound rude. He has 22, my friend. 9 of 10 from the free throw stripe. 6 of 12 from the floor. 1 of 5 from 3-point range. Just now made his only 3. Ryan says, no, we talking about volleyball now. Let's talk about that indoor lacrosse game. Probably 69. Nice. Showtime says a brat always tastes better when you are tailgating. Ain't that the truth? I miss tailgating. Heart attack soup. That's true. Mom doesn't care about health. That's for sure. AIN says too many 3-point attempts in the NBA game today. NBA should reverse the value of 23-footers and dunks. 23-footers, 2 points. Dunks, 3 points. Don't mind that. Don't mind that. That sounds good to me. Would entice it to be more physical, that's for sure. Are you covering the entire NBA playoffs? Yes, Mikey. We'll be covering the entire NBA playoffs. Hope to have a good showing, you know. Like right now, not that great of a showing, obviously. But, I mean, you just got to believe that, like, at some point these games are just kind of, I mean, they're not meaningless. I don't want to call them meaningless. They do matter for something. The NBA's always played 82-game seasons. But, like, when you're talking people watching on a daily basis, you'd have to be a pretty avid fan to, like, show up, you know, day in and day out on YouTube for that kind of thing. So, because I'm looking now and we're ranking 1 for Philadelphia 76ers versus Boston Celtics watch party and one for 76ers Celtics watch party. Number 5 for Celtics basketball and number 4 for 76ers basketball. 76ers versus Celtics NBA is ranked. All these things are ranked. So like it's just like it all normally looks on my screen or whatever. It's just not as much interest as usual for the games we cover. All right, 68-58. Boston trying to make a game of this one. 6.5 minutes left. Ben Simmons on the drive hits the 2-point bucket, 70-58. But yeah, we'll be covering them from start to finish, man, for sure. Looking forward to it. Those streams, I've seen people do very well with those streams, even with smaller followings than ours. So we'll give it a shot for sure. And we'll just cover it for fun regardless anyways. Because I don't love the NBA these days, but when it comes playoff time, I do watch them. Inside now, Tobias Harris trying to do work against Jaylen Brown. He gets the hoop and the harm. 72-58 with a free throw coming. Christian says, I feel bad when New Zealand men's basketball team opted out in the 2021 FIBA Olympic qualifying tournament due to COVID getting worse in Asia and Oceania. Yeah, they have New Zealand right now has 0 cases. So I get that. No reason for them to force that, man. They're doing so well as a country, you know, being on the fringe of the globe there, that why risk it? 0 cases in the entire country right now. Man, I've not seen Benny in a while. Yeah, it's been a minute. You'll notice that people will hop in and out, man. People have lives, you know. Sometimes they can make it, sometimes they can't. Out of bounds on the Sixers. Celtics almost get another turnover there. They look very befuddled on the offensive end tonight. Atlanta penalty. Oh, no. Jennifer says, hi, I just came back from the Angels game. It was hilarious. There was Dodger fans that came just to boo the Astros, laugh out loud. That's awesome. Who won that game? Go Angels. 3-point shot by Kemba. He misses there. Rattles off the front rim. Ben Simmons comes down with it. He drives all the way across and can't convert, but they're going to call foul. The F word, very popular today. 5:52 left in the third quarter. 73-58 Sixers over the Boston Celtics. Jennifer said, oh, sorry, got that one. Arya says, Jennifer, I like the Angels. Ohtani, my favorite player. Good deal. Jennifer says, Astros won the game. Bummer. He converts barely. Atlanta takes a 1-0 lead. Woo! Bang! Go Bruins, says Christian. Go Bruins. Go Seminoles. Yeah, go UCLA Bruins. Look at all these Bruins fans up in the house. Thanks for being here, guys. Appreciate your support. 74-58. Second free throw for Ben Simmons goes in. 75-58. Celtics were just 2-point dogs in this game, but have not really shown up today. Second quarter was an absolute disaster for them, losing 34-22 in that one. Drive by Tatum there. He airballs it on the layup, or like a little floater in the lane. Ben Simmons now over to Embiid. Embiid's at the 3-point line. They're begging him to shoot, but he's not going to. Gets it to Simmons. Simmons trying to take Brown down low. Again, thinks he has a mismatch there. Takes the drive. Gives it to Embiid down low, and Embiid with the mismatch gets fouled by Brown. Hawks have hit 10 threes in a row. Wow. That's unreal. They got to be winning big. 107-90 on the Pellies. If they allow fans, my mom is planning on getting tickets to the game also so we can see her side of the family over Thanksgiving. Sounds like a good time, man. Yeah, we got to go see I hate this COVID stuff because, you know, we haven't seen our Michigan family in quite some time now. So would love that. 11 in a row, says Arya. That's really impressive. You want a following? Oh, man, if only there was some sport, which was the most popular sport in the world. Yeah, but then when they come back for football, probably not. There's no way I'll ever cover soccer on this channel. I'll tell you that right now. The only time you could ever see us covering soccer on this channel would probably be the World Cup. When's that? Obviously, I should know this, but I'm American and we don't know soccer like that. I would consider covering the World Cup, though. I would consider that. Because that's, you know, even if you're not a soccer fan, that's pretty global and that's an exciting time. I actually lived in L.A., Tarzana, California. 79-58. Sixers up the lead by 21 here. I'm covering the worst NBA games. Yeah, I lived in Tarzana and during one of the last World Cups. The U.S. did pretty well, I think. I mean, U.S. did well, better than they usually do. And people were going wild. It's the same year, whatever year the Kings won the Stanley Cup. Because they was L.A. living in near L.A. during that time was excellent. It was excellent. So they support their soccer around there because it's very diverse. And so that's one of the few American cities that does. And they support their Kings too. Awesome Liquid says Showtime. Guy Kong says advance warning. If Europeans come in and tell you to call it football, tell them to kick rocks. I agree. I'm shocked you said that, though. I wonder why Team USA lost to France during the FIBA World Cup 2019. Don't we all wonder? World Cup starts November 22nd? What? Like, don't they usually do that during the summer? I'm so lost with this stuff. Just have everybody get together for a Winthrop game. Ain't that I'm sure everybody wants to meet up with us during a Winthrop game. How about that? World Cup's next year. Oh, no, you're saying November. Are you saying November 22nd or November of 2022, God Kong? Copa America is this year, June 2021. I need to know. God, now I'm getting so confused. All right, November 2022 is when the World Cup starts. Isn't it usually a summer event, though? Well, I know it is because I know that's what it was that one year when I was there. MLS is going to get big down the line. You should jump on it now. My bad. All good. I mean, I'm just not into soccer like that. So, and I've told you before, I'm not going to fake just to get views or whatever. I won't go that route. Too many people on ESPN do that, talk about sports they don't know nothing about. You ever watch Stephen A. Smith talk about UFC? It's hilarious. Hilarious in a bad way. It's embarrassing for him. He has no clue what he's talking about. Then he talks about boxing. It's just as bad. Just no clue. I still can't believe Atlanta just went 11 for 11 from 3 in the quarter. And they did it in one quarter. You said they made the last 11, but I didn't know it was one quarter action. Brits call American football gridiron. That's awesome. Going to be held in Qatar. What? Interesting. It is usually in the summer, but Qatar is scorching hot in the summer. Oh, okay. Good deal. Oh, man, so November? That kind of stinks, though, because that's when a lot of the real football action's going on and stuff like that. I would definitely much rather cover it in the summer, but I'll probably still cover it because it doesn't happen often, obviously. What is it, every 4 years, right? Or am I wrong about that too? AIN says, I'd rather watch Brazilian soccer or Argentina soccer than MLS. Agreed. Better soccer. Who's going to Qatar? Not me. Well, let's just root for the USA men's soccer team, says Christian. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Copa America or Copa America? Copa America is the big South American competition. Motherfucking point shaving NBA. These mofos robbing us. Don hates it. Qatar is pronounced like guitar, but with a Q. Qatar. I thought it was Qatar. Oh, yeah, Qatar. Yeah, I knew that. Every 4 years, yeah, got it. Like the presidency. Jayson Tatum with 15 points today. Hit a bucket just now. They're going to need a lot more of that if they're going to come back from this one. That was a three-point shot, so bang! 79-61, Sixers with the lead. Embiid now with the ball. 4 minutes left in the third quarter. Smooth-looking jump shot there. I can't stand Embiid, but I do got to respect him. Good make there. 81-61, Sixers with the lead. Let's go Sixers, says Stompin'. They're playing well today, that's for sure. Yes, says Christian. Qatar. Got it. Thanks, Murray. You got it, says Christian. Thanks, guys. I learned something new today. I did know that, though. I should have known whenever I was saying it, though. Bang! Another three-point make for the Boston Celtics. That bang doesn't kill y'all zero, does it? I usually, if you notice, I move my head when I do it so that it's like a faint sound. But who knows? Different mics do different things, Dynamic mic versus other things. Embiid getting double teamed by Taco Fall and Jayson Tatum. It works. They get the steal. Tatum gets it over to Smart. 19 seconds left on the shot clock. Just getting into the possession here. 81-64. Celtics need to make a move now. The World Cup qualifying starts this September for the U.S. Are we gonna qualify? God Kong, I want your expertise and your opinion, but I still love you guys. Thanks, Don. Appreciate it, man. Love you too, brother. Qatar. Don says this channel the best. I subscribed already. Thanks, Don. Appreciate you, man. 81-64 here. 3 minutes left in the third quarter. Sixers winning big. I'd root for MLS if they display homegrown talent instead of buying foreigners south of the border just because USA economy better than those of Mexico, Argentina, Brazil, and etc. I don't know enough about it to be able to comment on that, but I'm sure someone will comment with you in the chat because many people know about soccer that are in here. 3-point shot there is airballed, so that's going to be a shot clock violation for the Celtics. Sixers ball. That was all ball. How is that a yellow? I thought he was talking about this game for a second. God Kong says the MLS has started selling their homegrowns to Europe. We better qualify, says God Kong. Good deal. I agree. We better. Yeah. Will the U.S. ever win a World Cup? It never has, I'm assuming. Will they ever? Reverse layup there for the Celtics. That's Williams. And that's going to make it an 81-66 game. Doc Rivers for the Sixers calls a timeout. Thanks for being in the house today, guys. Please hit that like button if you can. It'll help out tremendously. Appreciate you being here on the channel. Appreciate all your guys' support. We got Orioles and Yankees tomorrow night. I think that game's – let me get this schedule, actually. Oh. Let's see. You got Orioles, Yankees, 6:35 p.m. tomorrow. This is all Eastern Standard Time. Thursday, I'm going to call the Lakers and Heat at 7:30 p.m. Friday, we'll do the Tigers at 7:10. And Saturday, as long as that's not the day that my in-laws are coming back to their house, which I'm at now, we'll do the Tigers at 6:10. Otherwise, we'll have that day off. Sunday will be off for sure. Then we'll pick it back up Monday. I'll keep doing a rotation like that. Stompin says, yeah, soccer kids in America get offers to play overseas for the money in the farm system, so the good ones don't stay here. We need them to stay here, don't we? They probably get, they get paid a lot, though, overseas, man. Soccer players, very, very well paid for sure overseas. For good reason. Christian says, I'd say 50-50. God Kong says, I believe the U.S. will win a World Cup in my lifetime. Man, that'd be dope. Imagine, then all of a sudden everybody will be the biggest soccer fan. And you'll be like, would you be mad? Would you be happy that people jumped aboard and started rooting for soccer all of a sudden or whatever and jumped on that bandwagon? Or would you be mad like, oh, yeah, that's what they were missing all along, you dummies? All right, back to the action here. 81-66 ball game. 3-point shot for the Sixers. Bang! Good make there. That's Korkmaz on the three. 84-66. Celtics, every time they start to come back, Sixers have an answer. CONCACAF gets 3.5 spots this year for the World Cup. The U.S. should be the second best team in CONCACAF. This is so confusing. Why is it so confusing? Christian Pulisic will carry USA Soccer. Completely agree. That's why you better hop on the bandwagon now, says Guy Kong. I'd be glad. The more fans, the better. Yeah, that's true. That's how I feel about UFC. That's how I feel about UFC, man. I'm telling you right now, like UFC is going to be, it's already getting big time, but like it's going to be big time in the States, I think, soon. I know because I never cared about the UFC for the longest time. I was like, this is dumb. Like, this is dumb. I don't know these guys, da-da-da. But the second you start to learn about these guys and like them arguing with each other and who hates who and everything else, and then you can't wait for those matchups, and I don't know. It's just a whole different story. So yeah, I think UFC will be huge. You got questions? I'll be happy to answer them. None right now, but I'll definitely let you know when I have some. I'm surprised you didn't ask about the 0.5 part. CONCACAF gets 3.5 spots this year for the World Cup. Well, now that you put it that way, let me know. I don't know what that means. 84-68 in this game. Sixers over the Celtics. Korkmaz tries to take another 3-point shot. He misses that one. Come on, Celts. Let's make this a game. 3-point shot. That's almost airball by Jaylen Brown, but it does hit the front of the rim. Rebounded by Peyton Pritchard for the Celtics. Drive here by Williams. He misses. It was blocked on that one, actually. Celtics just not playing well today. This reminds me a lot of the Lakers-Clippers game I covered the other day. I'm not picking the right NBA games this year. I picked all the right NCAA tournament games. I was doing a good job at finding the right games to cover on those. Make there by Williams, 84-70. Sixers with the lead, 48 seconds remaining in the third quarter. No offense to soccer fans, but it's a boring NBA game when the major topic is soccer during the game. No joke, Showtime. No joke. No joke. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm trying not to have that 90s bias, but every time I watch the NBA, it's just not what I remember. They just seem so So what's the word? A bunch of divas, man. I just remember the physicality back in the day. But it could be one of those things where my memory's blurred, where it's just a biased memory or whatever, and it was no different back in the 90s than what it is now. I just remember it being very physical, a lot of jawing, a lot more mouth running and hatred, but then they respected each other in the long run, They ran their mouths at each other and got in each other's faces and stuff all the time. And yeah, there's pushing and shoving every now and then. Seems like all that happens between the bench warming players though, or the role players. It's very rarely I'd love to see like LeBron just all the time face to face with some of the best players in the league, just arguing at him, fiery. I mean, he mouths off every now and then, but Dwight Howard now takes is that Dwight Howard? Oh, shot clock was running out. I was about to say, I didn't think it was Dwight Howard. It took a 3-point attempt, and I'm like, what is that? This random IHOP is terrible. Have you ever seen a one-legged waitress at IHOP? There's a question. Waffle House good, though. Waffle House is way better than IHOP, my friend. Way better. I'm still getting goosebumps when Matt Miazga mocked a Mexican soccer player for being short. Yeah, I hate that. Christian says, I love the 80s NBA. It's more physical. Me too, my friend. Well, I'd imagine I did. I know I love the 90s. Okay, so the 0.5 is the Interconfederation playoffs. So the fourth best team in CONCACAF would play the fifth best team in Asia, 5 best team in South America, or the best team in Oceania. I kind of get that. I kind of get what you're saying, mostly. You lost me a little bit with the locations and stuff, but I do understand where you're going with the 0.5 part. The players are a lot better now, and the refs actually call shooting fouls, where in the past people had to shove to score. Yeah, no joke. Wait, the players are a lot better now, and the refs actually call shooting fouls, where in the past people had to shove to score. Yeah, I didn't love, I'm a Pistons fan, and I wouldn't have loved, the way Bill Laimbeer played and stuff like that. But, and yeah, the players are for sure a lot better, Stompin', but I don't know. I get it. I understand where you're coming from, but they're just privy to much more, better trainers, better strength and conditioning coaches. They know more things. They've, more moves have evolved, more, different, just everything's evolved more, that we have more information and stuff. So people are going to be better trained and all that good stuff. So yeah. And it's just easier to, really get access to keep playing more or whatever as you're growing up. So yeah, they're going to be better. But I just liked basketball more back then for sure. But it could have been just because I was a kid. Sorry, I'm a little late. Has Mo scored? He has not. He barely came into the game, Garrett. He got a rebound. I know for a fact. No, Ray, you're right. NBA is not the same. 70s, 80s, and 90s NBA, much better product. Yeah, because I get where Stompin's coming from. Product-wise, this is probably a better product, actually. I mean, way better players for sure. Definitely way better shooters across the board from top to bottom. But it just seems like the style of play is just boring to me, It's kind of like being at the Y or a local rec or whatever on a Saturday, except with good shooters. It's no defense. It's just, everybody's just, and Phil, again, he disagrees all the time. He says that the offenses are so good that it just makes the defense look like it's not there. But I just disagree with that. I can literally watch the effort levels. There's not much. Lazy passes, everything, man. Nah, Phil, agree with that. That's why super teams to Nets caliber shouldn't be allowed. I completely agree. Ray, all good, are you? I know you know the difference. Guy Kong says, I said this before, but I like the 90s look with the 2000s play style. Ooh, really? Oh, yeah, that was Diego Yanez. That was fun. Oh, yeah. NBA Jam-style basketball is amazing. I like that. I think the players in the NBA don't play hard every game, and there are a lot of blowouts due to disparity in talent. Playoffs have better matchups. Agree with you, Showtime. That's another way to put it. That's a good way to put it. I feel they're a little bit diva-ish nowadays, man. Michael Jordan would have been I don't care if this is the 14th game in the season and we're all, I want to win. I want to win this so badly as though it's a playoff game. And now it just seems if we lose, we lose. We still got, after this game, we still have 67 games remaining. We'll be fine. Whereas Michael Jordan was competitive each and every day. Like every game was like a game in itself. And Michael Jordan's not the only one that I could, make a testament to on that. There's just more rivals, more animosity. People wanted it more, it seems like. I don't know. That's just what it felt like. That's just what it feels like to me. I could be off base. But I know I've loved the NBA less over the years or whatever, and that feels like it's why that is. I love how Guy Kong is teaching us about soccer. It has been great, actually. I mean, I know, like Showtime says, he's not the biggest soccer person, but I might as well learn about it while this game's a blowout. 85-70 here. And they're going to call offensive foul on Dwight Howard there. Ray, Quick Trip and Quick Trip are beefing on Twitter. That's hilarious, actually. That's awesome. From my point of view, I haven't gone to the other one, the one with the K, very often, but I've gone to the QT, the one with the Q, and it's great. So I'm Team QT all day. Arya says you can tell playoff games are 10 times more intense. Just overall level of play, absolutely. Showtime says the players now are much more athletic and versatile. The game isn't as physical, but the athleticism is off the charts. That's a great way to put it, Showtime. Great way to put it. Is Embiid better? Yes. He's better, I think. Well, I don't know. He has been out of the game for a while, actually. Dwight's been in. I didn't notice he got injured, though. 3-point shot missed by Williams. 85-70, Sixers with the lead. 10.5 minutes remain. Tobias Harris with the ball, and they're going to call another foul. Goodness. Is Embiid playing? I don't see him in the game right now. It's Dwight Howard. Hey, baby daddy, what up, Luke? Absolutely says Showtime. That argument doesn't make sense. The defense would evolve too. Again, yeah, maybe the defense has evolved. But, yeah, I think it has. But the effort's not there. Guy Kong says, I think the keeper got a yellow for mouthing off. He shouldn't be running his mouth. Goodness. Tobias now picks up his dribble against Williams, so he has to get it out. 3-point shot by the Sixers. Almost an air ball. Hits the front of the rim, but it does get rebounded by Dwight, and he gets fouled. He's an excellent free throw shooter. Sarcasm. Sompin says, God Kong is not physical because refs call any contact. Players can't be physical in today's NBA. That's a true statement. Jordan's mentality was, there's someone in the stands that's watching me for the first time. It's a great mentality to have, isn't it? Arya says, also, can cities have their own stars and be able to at least have their young stars stay with them for at least 6-7 years? Terrible that when you have a star and you're not elite, you worried about that trade. Yeah, no joke, man. Like, that's a great point, Arya. That's another. I mean, I hate to sound like a traditionalist or old-fashioned or whatever, but, like, I can't even get my son I mean, he's too young anyways. He'd outgrow it. I wouldn't spend that kind of money on a jersey. He'd outgrow it that quickly. But when he gets older, like, I'm not even going to feel comfortable getting him a jersey or whatever because that guy's probably going to be gone. I mean, case in point, I mean, I agree that Matthew Stafford should have left or whatever, but I think Stafford, if he'd have grown up in the 90s, he probably would have never left Detroit. Good for him, though, for getting out. But, yeah, it's just like people just were loyal to the end, you know? Even Barry just retired if he couldn't, you know, he just retired a Lion. But yeah, nobody's faithful to any team, man. It's crazy. Maybe the people that follow players around or whatever that like a player, no matter where he goes, the LeBron lovers, maybe they got it right all along. Maybe they got it right. Attempt for a dunk there by Jaylen Brown. They're going to call a block and foul. 87-70, Sixers with the lead here. 9.5 minutes left in the game. Playoffs in the Olympic Games is going to be a headache for Team USA. Truth. Bro, QT is like a grocery store, gas station, restaurant. It is amazing. It's awesome, Garrett. Real fast. They're perfect, man. They're polite enough. They're not ultra polite, and they're quick. That's why it's called Quick Trip. They really pride themselves on that. It's awesome. Because I ain't got time for that stuff, man. I go to a gas station and I want in and out. Bucks got lucky with Giannis. Good point. Good point there. I wouldn't spend money on anyone's jersey unless it is a retired player. Exactly. Player on clearance. Yeah, that too. Free throws made by the Celtics, 87-72. 9.5 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. I don't get jerseys. I just get team hoodies. See, I used to be a huge jersey person, but now I just don't have them anymore. Drive by Tobias, hard foul there. He's going to go to the line for 2. Or historic jerseys. Love those throwbacks. Showtime says, or get your own name on the back of the jersey. Not a bad idea. I want a Jair Alexander jersey, but I don't trust the Packers to keep him. Yeah, you shouldn't. You shouldn't. Miles says, put Mo Wagner in. Yeah, no joke. He'll turn this team around, right? Subscribe and hit that like button, says Murray. Thanks, Murray. Appreciate you, man. You are a true gentleman. Robert Williams fouled out. We still have 9.5 minutes left in the fourth. Ticky-tack. Where can I get a Davion Mitchell jersey? They're coming, man. It's coming. You got to create your own, right? Free throw made, 88-72. Literally got my Gary Trent Jr. Blazers jersey like a month ago. And then, it's a good point, Benjamin. Gakong says, if only Mo was as good as his brother. Hey, I did say Fran's a better NBA prospect for sure. Mo better in college. Mo wouldn't have let us lose to UCLA. I'll tell you that right now. Gonna cop a Hawks Carmelo jersey. There's a way to go. Hawks love to get people as they expire. Just had Vince Carter. Kemba Walker with the crossover and shot. He misses there front rim. 88-72. Celtics going to have to work now if they want to make this a ball game. Shake Milton with the rock now. Feeds it to Tobias. Tobias has had some great moves inside all game, but has had a tough time converting inside. He only has 8 points on 3 of 10 shooting. Danny Green, 5 of 6 on the day, 14 points. Embiid, 7 of 14 for 26 points, 11 of 12 from the line. 4 of 6 is Ben Simmons with 12. Seth Curry, 3 of 7 for 7 points. Tatum, 15. Williams, 4. Walker, 12. Smart, 13. And Jaylen Brown, 12. So pretty balanced effort for the Celtics, but just not enough. And they can't compete with the firing power of Embiid. Shake Milton over there. 3-point shot. Seth Curry wide open. He misses because he's not Steph. Dwight Howard with the rebound. He misses, but he does get fouled because it's the NBA in 2021. So what else are they going to do? Whoo. I'm about to get a Myles Garrett jersey. He might be there quite some time. Maybe. I could see Myles Garrett having some kind of contract dispute in the future. Not going to lie, but I got a Grayson, even with his contract being as big as it is. Not going to lie, but I got a Grayson Allen Jazz jersey. That's a trip, Christian. You get that joke? Louis says, go blue, go Ray. What up, Louis? Good to see you in the house, brother. Thanks for being here. Go blue. Woof, woof. Wolf stomp, says Showtime. Yes, sir. Like the Browns, man. I do like the Browns. Year one, I kind of rooted against the Browns. I'm not going to lie, because everybody was on their coattail. And I was like, nah, man, there's too many egos on this team. It's not going to mesh well. Year two, I bought in. I thought they handled it well. How are you, Louis? Says Showtime. Louis says good, bud. Stompin says, yeah, Showtime. Season ticket holder here. Season ticket holder to the Dog Pound. That's awesome. 3-point shot. That's blocked. That was Brown on the attempt. 90-72. We've got a hell of a ball game here at the TD Garden. It's really been a blowout much of the game ever since pretty much midway through the second quarter. See if the Celtics can make a comeback late in this one. Wolf Showtime says Louis. And Murray says, any legalized gambling in South Carolina yet? I need to bet on Australian rules football and curling from Canada. Those are great things to bet on. I don't think it's legal, though. Still not yet. Tatum over to Brown. Pull up Jay. That's good. 90-74. Here comes the comeback for the C's. Ben Simmons now being guarded by Brown. Gets it over to Shake Milton. Shake trying to shake his man. His man falls. Jaylen Brown falls. And that's going to be a charge. Charge on Shake Milton. Celtics ball. Showtime says, that is cool. I miss the old Dog Pound days. Not a family place, but such an intense football experience. Would love to go to one of those games. That's for sure. 90-74 in this one. 7:33 left in the game. Wolf Wolf says Showtime to Louis. Jayson Tatum being guarded by Ben Simmons, two of the league's better stars here. Gets a switch on Tobias Harris instead. Now he ends up with Joel Embiid. So a lot of movement for the Celtics. That's a great possession by the Celtics. Great job. He ended up getting matched up. Jayson Tatum versus Joel Embiid. They'll take that all day, every day. That's a 2-point bucket for Tatum. He's got 17 on the day on 6 of 16 shooting. 4 rebounds to boot. Tobias Harris now being guarded by Jaylen Brown. Can't get by him, so he has to give it to Embiid. Embiid gets fouled hard as Jaylen Brown went for the steal. He went all in for it, and he got a little physical there. Embiid shakes it off, and he'll go to the line, he says. Godkong says, I want to go to a Dortmund game. What, with that yellow wall? Yeah, me too. That sounds great. Old Cleveland Stadium could hold 80 to 85,000 fans. That's a lot, man. Goodness, that's a lot. Luke says, hey, baby daddy. What up, Luke? Credits to Steph, man. He revolutionized the game. Credits to Steph, man. He revolutionized the game. 3-pointers are now becoming layups. Yeah, for him and Dame. Not everybody, though. Stompin says, I used to love it when we stunk and the whole crowd would flip off Hugh Jackson during commercial breaks. Hugh was not beloved there, was he? There's always a British guy commentating a soccer game, like we can't be trusted to do it ourselves. Godcon, that's what I've been saying. I've been trying to break into that game for the longest time now, but covering soccer on YouTube seems to be very hard, man. I've been trying to break in. So, we love soccer here on this channel. I'm doing my best. Thanks for being here tonight, guys. Got 18 in the house. Godkong says, well, I sure hope it could only hold 80 fans. I hate on the Browns that bad. Oh, 82. I see what you're saying now. 80 to 85. He was Godkong, you're being too specific. Showtime says, Louie, you couldn't hear yourself think with all the barking in the stadium during a playoff game. Back in the day? How many times was that? Not many, right? Just kidding. I'm allowed to say that because I'm a Lions fan. So I live in your sorrow. Spanish commentators are always entertaining. Goal, 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 goal. Godkong says, if you pull out your British accent during soccer streams, we will have to start all over. Lad, he's a mad lad. God, I'm terrible at British. I suck at this. Why is it so hard to do a British accent? I literally watch hey, bruv. I literally watch British YouTubers or whatever every now and then. There's a guy, Jack Mate. He's hilarious. 2 A's and 2 A's on Jack and 2 A's on Mate. JAACKMAATE. He's hilarious. You would think I'm better at that. Welcome to the factory of sadness, says Murray. Godkong says, I love Spanish commentators. Goal! In the 80s with the Kozar clan. Bernie Kozar. Luke says, hey, Ray Gun. What up, Luke? It's old, says Showtime. God, says Godkong. Yeah, you didn't like it? It's pretty bad. I know. From Cleveland, I could hear it from the other side of Lake Ontario, says Louie. Stompin says, NFL stadiums only hold 60 to 80K since the seating is individual seats, not benches like college stadiums have. Yep, very true. Godkong will turn in his grave whenever his soul remembers Ray saying that he covers all sports all the time. Laugh out loud. Welcome to Intermittent Sports here. We appreciate you guys. I think we're going to go with On Tap Sports, guys. I think that's what we're going to rename ourselves. Not sure when, but On Tap Sports. A little bit of draft beer reference, and basically we can say what's on tap. So that might be where we're going with. Kozar the man. Yes, indeed. Go watch some AFTV rants and learn how to do a British accent. I literally watch a bunch of British YouTubers. Like I said, I still can't get it. I say, lot, what are you lot doing here? I can't do it, man. And why am I so bad at that? About to donate $10. Luke would appreciate you, but just happy you're in the house, man. Icky says UCLA going to be a top 5 team in the nation next year. I can see it, man. They looked good in the tourney. They looked good. Lambeau has benches, says Godkong. Game at Lambeau. That'd be wild. Wouldn't go to a Detroit game at Lambeau. We never win there. We've won 3 out of the last 25 or something like that. It's terrible. Oh, actually 3 out of the last 28 or something. It's bad. It's bad, whatever it is. All right, here we go. Drive here by the Celtics. Pump fake. Tries to get it over and gets knocked out. Another bad pass by the Celtics. Didn't result in a turnover, but, man, they are not finding the lanes here, the passing lanes. Sure, no one else has the name On Tap. I did do some research, Murray. There is an On Tap podcast. They don't have a ton of subscribers, and a lot of times that means they're going to stop doing it, Good point. On Tap Sports. I did some research. I got to do more because it's pretty common, obviously. So yeah, I'll definitely have to do more looking into it. But on YouTube, you are like it would be problematic for like merch and stuff like that. Should somebody have it copyrighted, that'd be the issue. But like YouTube, nothing's really copyrighted on there. Like I could literally name my channel Jake Paul if I wanted to. I don't want to. Inside to Joel Embiid. He dunks it home, slams it down. 94-76, Sixers with the lead. Spanish commentators, Chicarito. Hawks went 11 for 11 from 3. The Rockets wish that was them. Yeah, no joke. Rockets wish they could make 11 shots in a game. Breakaway layup, and Tobias Harris slams it down now. 96-76, Sixers winning by a long shot. Godcong says, you keep saying the Lions are like 3 for 30 at Lambeau. That's true, but they're actually like 3 for 5. 3 out of the last 5? No, we have not won 3 out of the last 5 there. I know we've won like 2 recently or whatever, but I didn't know 3. That's got to be wrong. Cease and desist letters are fun. Yeah, I don't like those. Go to YouTube video Eric Metcalf punt return Steelers and watch the one that is 34 seconds and turn up the volume. It is a radio broadcast and gives you a great example of how loud it was. I'm going to have to check that out after this stream, Showtime. Eric Metcalf punt return against the Steelers. All their wins are since 2015. Yeah, true. Icky Production Prod says UCLA, or Chris says Icky Prod, UCLA fight. UCLA fans in the house. 96-77, Philly over Boston. 5:40 left in this one. Well, catch up here for Boston, probably a long shot. They're not playing well today. Inside to Embiid. And spins away. Good shot there, but misses. Not a good take, but ended up making a good shot of it. He did miss, but Embiid, impressive to even get that one anywhere close. Seth Curry now, 17 seconds left on the shot clock. 5:13 remaining in this game. 96-77 Sixers. Watch Josh Cribbs highlights. That man deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. I've heard a lot. I've heard, maybe you said that one time or whatever, but I think I've heard somebody else say that as well on this channel. Devin Hester for sure. Josh Cribbs, I don't know. It definitely has to be like a special team specific thing, but I don't know. What do you guys think with the Hall of Fame? You got that one draft year with Eli, Big Ben, and Phillip Rivers. Out of those 3, who makes it to the Hall of Fame? How many of those guys make it? And how many of those guys make it and put it in order of who's most deserving? Embiid over to Green, back to Embiid. 4 seconds left on the shot clock now. Step back jumper, pure. 98-80, Sixers. 4:23 left. That's going to be all she wrote for the most part, man. Celtics just did not show up today at home. 3-point shot. Bang! Make there. 98-83. 4 minutes. Christian says Joe Burrow. He's going to be a stud, man. I think so. Hopefully that injury doesn't do too much to him. Seth Curry with the pullback jumper. He makes it 100-83. Philly hits the 100 mark. I'd give all 3 the Hall of Fame, says God Kong. Don't mind that. The key is to watch the one that is 34 seconds by Jeff Seaman. It's the local coverage, not the national coverage. I'm definitely checking that out. 1 Ben, 2 Eli, 3 Rivers. Like that order as well. Yes. I don't know though. Something about Rivers just doesn't shout Hall of Fame for me. I think he's going to get in. Just put up a lot of stats, man. But I don't know. Agree with God Kong, says Showtime. Good deal. Cribbs was better than Hester. He did it on punts, kickoffs, offense, and coverage. Numbers better too, not just punt returns. Interesting. Could be one of those cases where Hester just got all the hype or whatever when the stats weren't there to prove it that he was better. That would make sense. Thanks for being here tonight, guys. Got 19 in the house. Appreciate you guys. This game is pretty much over, but still has 3 minutes and 22 seconds of game time left. Celtics didn't really come to play here today. That's for sure. Jayson Tatum with an off day, to say the least. He ended up 7 of 17. Actually, never mind. He picked it up in the second half. Ended up 7 of 17. So for that Celtic fan that was saying that earlier with the bad first half, he was 2 for 9 in the first half. That means he went, 5 for 8 in the second half. So much better performance there. Williams with 4, Walker with 14, Smart with 14, and Brown with 14. So, some solid numbers. They just needed somebody else to, hit there in the 20s and maybe a little bit more help off the, bench points look okay, actually. So, I don't know. Play better defense, I guess. It just doesn't feel like this game is as lopsided as it is. You think that's because Rivers never won a ring? That has something to do with it for sure. I also try not to get too caught up in stats in NFL today. Obviously the stats are going to be, way more impressive nowadays in today's revolutionized version of football. Air attacks. So I try not to get too caught up in that. I try to look at the actual results and stuff. And I'm just not huge on Rivers. He's really good. I don't know about Hall of Fame. I just read the first sentence so far, but Hall of Fame lowered the bar. Ben is worthy of the Hall. I say no to Eli, no to Rivers, but close but no cigar. I mostly agree with that. I think you do have to give it to Eli just for the sake of, the Super Bowls matter for, he was on he has some good defenses to help him out. That's for sure. But he was just a winner. But yeah, I agree with that, man. I feel like maybe I don't know if they need to let less people in the Hall of Fame or something, because some of the names that we've been seeing, I'm like, I just don't feel like that guy should be a Hall of Famer. It's the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Everyone gets into the Hall of Fame. Yeah, okay. I didn't even see that, Murray. I'm like, yeah, I agree. I think they need to limit the numbers or something. You know who deserves the Hall of Fame? The mother of Rivers' children. No joke. All how many of them? Good Lord. Rivers and Cromartie in a constant battle to see who can have more kids. Rivers, a good Catholic boy, 9 kids, 0 condoms. 9 kids. Was born in the hospital that is just about across the highway from the Football Hall of Fame in Canton. That's dope. Rivers played the AFC Championship game on a torn ACL. Why don't I remember that? Why don't I know that? At the same time, Jared Kramer got snubbed for decades. Yes, for sure. Agreed. 185 here, 3 minutes and 22 seconds remaining in this game. I'm happy with the Hall of Fame this year, though. Like I said, Calvin Johnson, Charles Woodson, Peyton Manning, all deserving. Fadeaway jumper, turnaround jumper by Embiid. That's missed long. 185, 15-point lead for the Sixers. Celtics about to hit go mode, baby. Oh, he on X game mode. Gets it inside to Smart. Smart over to I can't even say that guy's name. Joel or whatever his name is. I can't remember it. And he gets fouled. He's going to go to the line for 2. 2:58 remaining in this one. 185. This year's class is stacked, says God Kong. Yeah, man. Glad you said that, because I feel a little biased. I'm a Michigan fan, so Charles Woodson was, favorite for me. That's my favorite player all time. And Calvin Johnson obviously had a very deserving career, but I just want to make sure I'm not biased. Look, it was a very good class for sure. Joel Embiid, says Christian. AIN says Rivers had so many chances with number 21 behind him as running back. True. Close but no cigar in my book. And Antonio Gates to throw to. Same doctor, too, I hear. Showtime. Says God Kong. 187. Going inside to Embiid. Embiid going to put it up. He wants another foul. Doesn't get it this time around. Well, now the refs are going to talk about it. Oh, man. What was that? They're calling out of bounds on the Celtics. Sixers ball. Wow, let's see. Shane Woodson never picked off Manning. Really? I didn't know that. How many times did they meet up? Manning with the Colts, Woodson with the Raiders at the beginning. They couldn't have matched up too often. I still that 97 98 Heisman race was stacked, man. Charles Woodson, Peyton Manning, Randy Moss, and then Ryan Leaf was the fourth, but still those first three guys, studs. Wow, didn't know that, God Kong. Chargers also had that year with the number one offense and number one defense and missed the playoffs. Wild. Do you guys think if Drew Brees would have stayed in San Diego that they would have won with that team? I was rooting for him, man. I thought they were going to get it done there. 32 points on the day for Embiid, 9 of 19 shooting, 15 free throws. He made 16 now, and he's made 14 of them. I know that one play where Reed picked off Manning. That was incredible. Like that one. Yes, sir. Kemba Walker now with the rock, 101-87. Drives the lane, kicks it out. Jaylen Brown with the three. Bang! Make their 101-90. Comeback time, 11 points. Here we go. Ooh, they might have beaten the 07 Patriots. Maybe. Joel Embiid out to Danny Green. Danny Green flips it over. It ends up back in Green's hand. 3-point shot. Bang! Make there. Could be the dagger there. 104-90. 14-point game now. And they get the turnover. So Seth Curry with the rock now. Clock running out. 1:54 left in this one. So this will go to game 7. Larry Bird, Dr. J. In a winner-take-all. Embiid goes down low, gets fouled. What else is new? Atlanta wins 1-0. It's huge news, God Kong. Huge. Let's go MLS. We're covering that as soon as if you'll make my thumbnails for me and put the description, all that good stuff, I'll cover the MLS. Just kidding. Drew Brees plus Sean plus Dome equaled Hall of Fame for Drew. Not taking anything away from Drew, but a quarterback has to be in the right system. Ask Steve Young. Good point there. Like that. AIN says Godsnake. Best soccer derbies in the world. Top two are 1, River Plate versus Boca Juniors. 2, Celtic versus Rangers. Glasgow. Man, I have no clue what you guys are talking about. Now we got a Haitian team versus a Mexico team. Good stuff. Y'all look at Alex Smith injury versus Joe Theismann injury. They are almost mirror images, even occurred on same down and yard line. I do not want to look at that. I'm one of those people that cringe at that kind of stuff. Can't see it. Can't see it, won't see it. 143 left in this one. 105-90. Sixers over Boston. Joel Embiid at the line. Misses the second free throw. So there's hope. 138 and counting now. And it looks like we got a bunch of players that I'm not going to know. So I'm just going to say that guy, this guy, that guy kind of thing. Drive there by the Celtics. That's up and in. 105-92. Neesmith. Vanderbilt rookie. I do remember him, actually. I actually didn't even know Celtic and Rangers were derby. Me either, man. When is the World Cup, God Kong? November 2022, my friend. What the happened to Boston, says Carl. They did not play well today, Carl. Not at all. So a lot of turnovers. Missed shots. Didn't play good defense. Couldn't stop Embiid. AIN says, and a lot of fouls. Atlanta was best with Almiron Lainez and not so good with Pity Martinez. River Plate. Yeah, you're telling me he starts November 2022? Just a comparison of facts, not the actual of image. Oh, okay, got you. Yeah, that makes sense. I do not want to go back and watch them. Only a 5-possession game, says Murray. Yep. And still 113 left to play. Let's get it. Do you remember that Kevin Ware injury? God, that was awful. It's all at once. That was it. Showtime says, okay, thanks. Ew, God Kong, very gross. Oh, man, that one was so tough to watch. Bone actually coming out of the flesh. Disgusting. I've torn both of my ACLs, so like that's seeing that stuff really, I don't feel the pain, but I just remember the day. And that was, I'm not comparing the injuries, but like when I see something like that, that's the first thing I think of. Drive here by the Celtics. Harm there. He'll go to the line. 106-92, 106 left in this game. Derby means two clubs from the same city. Got it. Google up the old firm Derby, Catholics versus Protestants. It has gotten nasty over the years. I know it gets serious for that. Y'all have a good night. See y'all later. Garrett, have a blessed one, man. Take care. Thanks for being here, brother. QT for the win, baby. Okay, Ray, Champions League. Imagine if other countries like Canada and Mexico had basketball leagues that were just as good as the NBA. Got it. And they all played each other. That's the Champions League. I like that. Thanks for that information. That was easy to understand. Another make there on the free throw. 106-94, 12-point game, 104 and counting remaining. Joe Theismann's and Napoleon Kaufman worse. See, I don't remember the Kaufman injury that much. Kind of do. Floater in the lane there by Tyrese Maxey. He misses. Other side of the court, another foul. Goodness. Just let it go, guys. Let it go. Man, oh man. 106-94. 50 seconds remaining in this game. Hey, we are in the ACL surgery club together, Ray. When I see someone tear it and see the scream, I remember the pain and the anger when I knew I effed it up. Yeah, man. Yeah, so you understand. Man, if you ever had a torn ACL, it is like it hurts when it happens for sure. But then you're kind of like, for mine, I don't know about your Showtime. For mine, my adrenaline was rushing pretty high in both instances. I tore it one time in a wrestling tournament. I was trying to get away from a guy. He was holding onto my ankle. He didn't do it on purpose. He was trying to pull me back in, and I was trying to yank away at the same exact time. And I just completely twisted my leg and tore my ACL. And then the other time I was playing basketball. Phil was there for that, actually. We were playing intramural basketball, and I was on a breakaway layup, and I went up with my left on the left side of the basket. I went up with my left. There was a guy jumping with me. I knew I was passing the whole time. I went up with my left, and then dropped it for the trailer with my right. And I looked back as I was going past the basket. I looked back to see if he made the layup, And I just kind of lost my leg just rolled out from under me, and I tore my ACL there, right and left. And you know as well as I do, man, those are some long, long sleepless nights, man. There was one day I had to go to the bathroom at 9 a.m, and I didn't go to the bathroom until like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I held it the whole time because I was so scared to get up, because the first guy that did my surgery screwed it up completely. He screwed it up completely. The other doctor said, man, I bet you got, he said, you ended up having him do your surgery. He sucks. He goes, I trained him, and I told him over and over again, he's careless in there. I didn't even know that kind of stuff mattered. I didn't even think about it. But yeah, he sucked, I guess. And so when I would stand up, it felt like a knife was just in my knee. Like just somebody was like just doing this with a butcher knife in my knee. It hurt so bad. I didn't want to go to the bathroom for 4 hours. It hurts and you're emotionally pissed. Yeah, I was real mad. My girlfriend at the time actually went to Charleston because she already had the trip planned and cheated on me. How about that? Cheated on me after I had ACL surgery. Unbelievable. Guy Kong says, yeah, you can't look back until you land. Yeah, no joke. I'll never do that again. I struggle like even playing. I struggle even playing sports nowadays. Like I still play, but I can't cut. I don't cut like I used to. I don't want. It's a mental thing, man. I like when Jamal Charles got back in the NFL or whatever, playing games and stuff. Man, I had all the respect in the world for him, man, because I know how hard it is to come back from that. It's very much a mental thing. You could maybe make the cuts you used to make, but you can't mentally. I wish football was an international sport. Imagine a Team USA full of NFL players. Gotta love that, my friend. Arya with the super chat. Thanks, my friend. Bum, bum, bum. He says, peace. See y'all next time. Thank you, Arya. Appreciate your support, brother. Thank you very much, man. Go blue. Go blue. Thanks, Arya. Christian says, for our producer, Tim Corrigan, director Jimmy Moore, and our outstanding ESPN crew, so long in Philly, we'll send you to Scott Van Pelt after this. That's very well said, actually. Did you look up that script or do you just know that by head? That's pretty good. I could get close to that, but I would never got that accurate. She cheated on you while you were recovering from an ACL? Wow. Yeah, no joke. Like, well, my version of cheating. Like, she got this guy's number and everything, and they were talking when she came back, and they like held hands while they were in Charleston. I think that's cheating. Maybe you guys disagree. Maybe you think it needs to go further than that. But they were talking, and if I wouldn't have finally told her that I know what's up, maybe who knows what if she'd have kept talking to him. What's up, Ray? What up, Inspired? Good to see you, man. Have a great one, my friend. As I'm about to head out here. Good to see you, though. Thanks for being here, man. Showtime says it's heading out. Have a great night, everyone. Thanks for doing NBA game. You got it, Showtime. Happy to see you here, man. Appreciate your support. I'll be here tomorrow. Orioles, Yankees, 6:35, first pitch. And we'll work towards getting more people in here over time. They'll find us. Don't worry. Appreciate you, Showtime. Have a great one. All right, guys. Thanks again, Arya. Appreciate your donation, man. Y'all have a great one. Appreciate everybody being here today, man. Thanks for watching the game with me. Hope you guys had a great time, and we will see you whenever we see you. I'll be here tomorrow again. Like I said, Orioles, Yankees, 6:35. Lakers, Heat on Thursday, 7:30. And then Tigers on Friday and Saturday, more than likely. Y'all have a great one. God bless.